Hello, Bobo's here.
Sweet.
Says unbelievable with Justin Baldoni supporters now. They're commenting justice for Andy.
Yes,
It's just
justice for Andy. We also want justice for Andy.
I'm serious. Their brains are fucking injured. Their brains are injured. There is no offense to Andy. Andy hasn't done anything other than been compelled to turn over the documents he was subpoenaed to turn over. That's all.
It must be nice to have so much support, though. Don't you? Don't you feel like that's good?
Yeah,
for
I mean,
him,
I get a lot of support on this channel from, obviously a smaller group of sane people.
Yes, I
and
know.
I can tell you that I will take the smaller group of sane people over the mob of madness.
Yes, I know.
I would not want
though,
to be propped up by these people at all.
No, I know, but listen, I have a feeling though that if you did some fucking bullshit like Andy Signor's doing, and then you like tried to solicit some sympathy from these folks, that they'd be like, I don't know, Dale.
Oh, I'm it's so funny because like I have a need for people to get on my side.
You have a need for people to be on your side?
That's right. I'm not going to be able to overcome the issues that I have until I overcome or at least I'm able to step out from the shadow of DiCaprio. That's just the way it is. And it's so interesting because watching this Diddy documentary, which I definitely want to talk about.
Yeah.
Watching this Diddy documentary is, this is like the highest level of awfulness and abuse that I've ever seen or heard.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not so dissimilar to what I've gone through in many respects. Like it's weird to see the similarities and the familiarities, and how they translate into like the music business and how it's just all, run by rotten people.
Yeah.
Like, or that rotten people. And I would hold Tobey Maguire in the very same light as Diddy, just less offensive,
Less ambitious, maybe.
or just like more restrained. He had more restraint. Like, I think Diddy had no restraint. He rose to the top, became so big that he in the video that we're watching compared himself to the Son of God. He said, I can only really truly compare myself to the Son of God. He had, he was just absolutely, completely delusional.
What a fucking psycho, man.
Yeah, psychotic. All around money and fakery. He was just, he faked everything. It's just.
Do you just want to talk about it? About the documentary?
We're watching the Diddy doc that dropped last night. We have about a half hour left. We binged it until we just had to go to sleep. We were just like, we gotta go to bed. We gotta go to bed. It's a great documentary, first of all. Big props to 50 Cent, and just that entire production team. They put together a banger. It is absolutely end to end riveting. If you haven't watched it, you absolutely should. It is truly entertaining. It is popcorn level entertainment. It does come with a whole whack of crazy, sad, disturbing. So it's making fun of it, but the reality is that it's also incredibly dark and deeply depressing in a lot of ways.
Like I recall last night, like watching the documentary, my repeated reaction was like, "Holy shit, this guy's fucking evil." It's so funny too because apparently Diddy has responded publicly, which is so dumb. Like it's just like you would never do that if you had actual good, advice from a media professional. Yeah. But he said that it was like, what did he say? It was a hit piece.
Yeah, I call it a hit piece. Yeah.
But what's so astonishing is that like they're only interviewing people who have worked with him for a very long time and know him intimately.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're only working with people who used to run his business with him,
listen,
like shoulder to shoulder.
When you watch this documentary and you hear the testimony of the people in it, it will leave you with no doubt. Mm-hmm. It is irrefutably true in my view.
Not a hit piece.
And it's so interesting because there's even one instance. So to not drop spoilers, because I think you can spoil this doc. There's one of his victims who isn't able to corroborate a story she heard about herself that is so horrifying. It's horrifying. it's an unfathomable. And
she's unable to corroborate it because the story involves her being drugged and incapacitated.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to leave it all to the imagination, but yeah, that's
but that's when you're saying she's unable to corroborate. Kind of
she's
means
unable to corroborate.
Then
that was
that suggests that the allegation is false, unless the detail is that this person is not aware of that happening to them.
Thank you for clarifying. And so, I mean, it's a disturbing piece.
I learned a lot about him, about his coming up and how he sort of like cut his teeth in business. It was very interesting.
Well, it is because, I heard all about, I've heard all the allegations about him and Tupac and him and Biggie.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't really and I heard some like chatter about his involvement in that era. I had no idea he was so deeply fucking involved.
Well, I remember a lot of my, you're Gen X, right?
Yeah, I am. You got a problem with that?
No, I don't. But
because I don't care if you do.
You guys were like at the age where you're consuming a lot of this pop culture news, and scandal and stuff at the right age,
Yeah.
You're in your like 20s.
Yeah.
I'm a little younger than that, but I remember like everybody your age always seemed to have an understanding that P. Diddy was like definitely suspiciously like involved somehow in ways that people aren't really like fessing up to because his reaction to all of this scandal that happened like right in his orbit was really weird. Like, don't you remember he did like a big tribute to Biggie at an award show?
Yes.
And I just remember being like, that's not normal. Like the way that he was like celebratory.
Dude, Sting was singing.
Yeah, it was weird. I was like, wow, this is really exploitative.
Every breath you take, Sting singing, and then this awful rap by him, and I mean, it was horrid.
I bet 50 Cent had a lot of fun making fun of how he's like a really, really bad musician.
How everyone basically said but didn't say that he's a talentless fuck who basically rode everybody else's talent.
Which I always knew because I remember like MTV kept shoving him in our faces, and I'm like, why the fuck is this guy famous? He fucking sucks.
So,
and the doc explains that too.
When you watching this doc, this does not spoil. Watching this doc, it is thoroughly upsetting that he's going to be out in just a couple of years.
Yeah.
Like it's very upsetting.
Absolutely.
That Danny Masterson, who deserves to be where he is for 30 years, is where he is, and P. Diddy is going to walk the fuck out them doors. And it does say a lot about this guy and his ability. If you don't know how Diddy's career started, I don't want to spoil it because the documentary is jaw-dropping because of that.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
Because I did not know how P. Diddy rose to fame. And he rose to fame in the sort of way that a writer would portray as a deal with the devil.
Yeah, like demon shit.
Like literal demon shit.
That was our reaction to
where the fucking ground cracks.
Yeah, also like you have to pay a price, like the biggest price in order to achieve your fame.
It's
fucking nuts, dude. I kind of wish we could spoil because it's really.
It's the anyway. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, bro, because you have to see this documentary and that like not knowing that and starting the documentary off like that, it really set me up for a ride that I was not expecting to go on.
And so
it's interesting because like from my perspective, I was not a follower of hip hop in the 90s. I was a follower of people who were followers of hip hop, like Leo. So I was very peripherally involved in hip hop. I was a Metals 80s kid,
Mm-hmm.
It was sort of, it was one of the few, but very apparent sort of like generational gaps I had with those guys. Because the 5-year gap between me and Leo was the difference between the hip hop generation of Gen X.
See, it's
the heavy metal generation of Gen X.
I remember that being called gangster rap.
Yeah.
And hip hop was different. Hip hop was a little bit.
Well, we don't need to split hairs about it, but we know what we're talking about, like NWA back then. And
no, there's a lot of people that listen to both, but I don't think that P. Diddy was ever making hip hop. I think he was then he crossed over into fucking pop music. But
thank you for clarifying. I don't know what I'm talking about. I kind of look like I'm a fisherman today, don't I? Get us some crab.
Like crab fishermen?
Some paleo. Is that what they call it? It's a paleo season. Let's go get it. And hey, it's a dangerous job. And sometimes I want to smack my kid.
We watched a few seasons of Deadliest Catch like a few years ago, and it's like imprinted into my memory. What's up?
Something wrong with the sound? Oh, let me find out. Oh, what's going on? Can you talk?
Yeah. Let me read from the chat a little bit.
Yeah, well, I'm just seeing sound cutting out. It's saying.
I'm Bobo says 22 days till Christmas.
I gotta solve a problem here.
Do you hear it? The sound issue?
No, I'm not, because I'm not getting it from the board.
Oh.
Let me tap that. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know what the hell. I was so funny because I was looking at the board today.
What's happening? You good?
No, I'm not.
I wonder if the sound is.
Sound's glitching on both mics.
You guys are very helpful. Thank you.
All right, so listen, we're going to just take I'm just going to reboot the board. So give me 1 second and we're going to go silent for a couple of seconds, okay? Well, I don't know if this doesn't work, then I'm going to have to reboot the board, which would mean that, yeah, no, I turned it off.
Are you back now?
I am back. So we'll see if you guys if we're still cutting out, let me know. This is really like the kind of day I've had. Let me tell you, I started out by saying I had a kind of a rough day. Didn't I say that?
Oh, I don't recall.
I thought you asked how my day was, and I said kind of shitty.
We got a thumbs up.
We got a thumbs up so far. Okay, let me know if it blotches again. I'm so sorry for that.
Sweet.
All right, Hanada's here. We got the crew is here. We got.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, we got a bunch of people here today. We got a bunch of regulars and some people that are probably more regular than I think, but I only see usernames. Drinks them is. I'm bad at reading names. You guys are awesome. I'm glad to see you guys. Okay, where were we? P. Diddy. We were talking about how crazy awesome this thing is.
Do you have a rating, a Tiny Pineapples rating?
Well, I want to finish it, but it's cruising toward a 4.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here. I think that I was really like stunned at how great the editing is. It's like a really fucking well made documentary. One of the best documentaries I've ever seen that's like a profile about a person.
Delicate, just so you know, we had audio issues, so you'll run into those when you're 1.5 in it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Sorry, Angela. All right,
no, that's cool.
Headphones in it. I put on headphones and they kind of get me. I get overheated.
Because you got your earmuffs on.
I think it's probably because as a kid I wore earmuffs.
Yeah, so you're like.
And so it was a concentration of heat for me.
Yeah, so your brain is Pavloved that
exactly.
You put earmuffs on, now you're warm. So
Delicate, you never have to apologize for coming to our stupid live late, because you are never late. You can never be late to this. Yeah. If you don't show up, you're not late. If you don't show up, it's because you have something else to do. I love you. I can't wait to see you every day. But you owe us nothing. Is what I'm trying to say. Austin's here. It's good to see. All right. So yes, this documentary is a must see for me. 100%. I can't believe that we're on such a good run. I want it to last forever. Mm-hmm. I just never want to see another bad movie, which maybe means I shouldn't choose them. Part of what I've been doing is taking you through some of my past. So some of these movies didn't age well, and that's been hitting us a little bit on the head as we go through that little perhaps brief journey. But, this week has been spectacular. So it's the week Cosmic Urgency is bows out.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of good reviews. Right?
Yeah, we're cranking on some great shit. Wow, this doc is so fucking riveting. It's so interesting. I'm going to think about it a lot afterwards. I have been thinking about it a lot since watching it last night. And I wanted to get to the whole rest of it today, which was only one episode left today to watch. but my day blew up in ways that I won't even bother you with. And I've been just dealing with that all the way until like 45 minutes before the live. I've just been dealing with issue after issue. It's been like a rough start to the end of the year.
I'm going to talk about Diddy some more, if that's okay.
Yeah, please.
I just can't believe that he is trying to frame it as if it's a hit piece. Like, bro, like maybe you shouldn't have done so many bad things if you didn't want people to talk about it.
Well, what makes it look so bad to me is that he's trying to frame it up as a hit piece, but it is.
It's very factual. I thought it was very balanced, actually, especially in the beginning, you know?
Oh my God, I'm so upset right now because I'm being asked already about the Andy tape and I can't play it because I haven't found it. I do have it.
Yeah.
But my day blew up. So all of my editing went to shit today.
Yeah, we were going to.
Like I was going to release the whole reading of Andy's
of the judge's ruling
of his ruling,
right?
But or her ruling, I should say,
right?
But anyway, it's my fault. But I will have it tomorrow. This I promise. I know I promised it last night. So will I ever be believed again?
Your credibility is shot.
I beg you to believe me when I tell you. We'll be back. Okay.
Lee is saying, did you see Lauren making excuses for Andy Signor? His supporters want him to ask the ACLU for help with an appeal. They are so delusional.
Yeah.
Guys, what are they worried about?
Well, what
are they worried about
What's
happening?
so interesting about it, with the ACLU might get involved if the ACLU wants to try to challenge this idea that he doesn't fall categorically into any of these I guess what would you call them?
No,
qualifications?
They're never going to defend a YouTuber who does not have journalistic
Well, why would
integrity.
they Perez Hilton?
I don't know that they did. I'm not sure. What was their...
That's why everyone's calling for it, because they stepped in when Perez was about to get slapped up in Nevada.
The circumstances are very different. Okay, so one of the things that Perez Hilton could claim was that she didn't have jurisdiction because he I'm
not sure if that's how it went. It might have gone that way, so thank you for
Andy Signor is like listed as one of the contacts of the defendants. So I don't know how he can wiggle out of this. It's just stupid that he's even fighting. Like, what are they worried is going to happen to him? He has to turn over fucking text messages. Who gives a fuck? Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
Like, it's not like there's like personal information in there. And already the Stored Communications Act protects people from having to divulge their personal info through subpoena.
Perez is gay. I don't know why that's funny, but it is. He's especially because he's not, right? Doesn't he have a wife and kids?
I have no idea. I don't know anything about him.
Austin's calling him gay. I have no idea why. It's kind of funny. Okay. It's kind of like pulling me back to the 80s. You're so gay, bro.
I saw this TikTok video where there's a guy who was
guys used to punch people like other guys in the face for calling them gay. I'm what? Like, can you imagine?
There was this TikTok video of this guy who was like trying to defend Gen X's use of these like slurs, and they were like, "No, you don't understand. Like, we weren't actually like, it wasn't hate speech.
No, not at all. It had nothing to do with that whatsoever."
And then somebody shared that.
Well, maybe not for most of us.
That the South Park did a little bit about it, where they were defending how they use hate speech words, but not in the hate speech context.
Yeah, it was the vernacular of the time. And it didn't mean the same thing as it means now, which is interesting because now it means quite literally what it's supposed to mean when you say it.
And I'm fine with people never using those words again.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's really funny where you're like, no, you don't understand. Like, we weren't gay bashing.
No, it's like the R word.
Yeah.
The R word was like, you use that 30 times a day. You know, you could use that like you're playing with a Rubik's Cube and you would call it that and then throw it against the wall.
One thing that the Diddy doc did remind me of is how we, for a small moment, you know how like how the kids these days, how they say like fire.
Yeah.
Where they use, whatever.
Rad fire. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I forgot that for like a split second in the 90s, everybody was calling things like, if it was cool, it was fat.
Yeah. I remember things were
for
fat.
like 2 years. Everybody was doing it.
Fat.
Yeah. With a PH.
Yeah.
It's so
they would
stupid.
even clarify that at times.
Yeah.
PH fat. She was PH fat.
It's so stupid.
It was bad. It didn't last. It shouldn't. I think fire is going to be around though. People
No
really
way.
like it.
No
Yeah, people
way.
like it. You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
I think Lit will stick around. I like Lit.
Lit is old.
Is it?
Yes. So it has stuck around.
How old is Lit? I mean,
you know.
we used to say it to mean drunk in Canada.
Yeah, right.
Fucking, I think we did it in the U.S. too.
I
You're
think
like,
I
"I'm
remember.
so lit, bro."
I remember in Southern California, people were saying that. Not very often, but usually if it was like the surfer kids were saying it.
Yeah.
That shit is lit. So stupid.
Austin just dropped a $2 super chat. Thank you so much. You were
That's
so
awesome.
very kind.
Is there a question?
No, it's just a what do you call it? A gesture of support.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, a lovely gesture of support. Very nice. Thank you so much. Where were you?
I wasn't.
Oh, well, welcome back.
Stacey said 50 Cent did a good job with his doc. Did he direct it?
Well, he produced it. I don't know. He produced it.
Who's the director? We need to
All right, let's see.
praise whoever was in charge.
You're right.
The editing was amazing.
IMDb tab.
The storytelling is incredible. Like the way that it's super hard to compile a bunch of fucking footage and make it a cohesive story.
What's it called again?
I don't know. Did he?
You don't know?
Did he doc?
Did he doc?
Stupid.
Sean Diddy Combs.
Oh,
Is it? Oh yeah, Making of a Bad Boy.
no. That's different.
You're right. It is different. I want to see this too. I'm fascinated by how awful he is.
Yeah, another thing too that I didn't know about. I think
He is like the devil incarnate.
I know he's a fucking horrible manipulative fucking demon.
It is the craziest shit.
One thing that I remember hearing about when it was like Bad Boy Records were like feuding with what was that other like West Coast label? Oh, Death Row. Okay, they were feuding. And I remember hearing that like Bad Boy didn't pay their artists, and that was featured better and it explained really well in this documentary too, where they were just like stealing from people, because that's the way he would roll, dude.
Sean Combs, The Reckoning.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Is that a cool name? The
Sweet.
Reckoning. It's a great song by Radiohead. I was about to say Motorhead.
Same difference.
Totally same difference. I actually saw Motorhead. They were amazing.
Did you find out who the director is?
I'm trying to, bro. I had to figure out what the name was. Who knew it would be called Sean Combs? That doesn't even make sense to me. Sean Combs. The Reckoning.
I'm just going to look next
time. There we go.
You take too long.
Hey, man, I'm already there. Sean Combs, The Reckoning. I'm on the page. Stars. Why won't they tell you the director? What is wrong with you? Top cast. What? This is so weird. Well, because it's episodes, I guess. Maybe it's different directors or something.
Oh, my God. I'm looking myself.
Yeah, it just has the stars. Top cast. Sorry, guys. I feel really stupid right now. Here we go. Let's go. Cast and crew. Director, Alex Stapleton.
Thank you. Alex Stapleton.
Oh, it's a woman. Her name is Alex. She looks cool as hell. And she just fucking rocked this. Oh, man, I'm so happy for her because honestly, it's one of the, like, we have two great documentaries. They're totally like rugged indie kick-ass documentaries. Those links are still in our description for today's live, and they're going to stay there all week. So feel free to click on them and watch those documentaries. They are amazing. And this one is like, I mean, so top shelf. What a great doc. I'm just excited for all of you. You get to watch this thing. It's freaking awesome.
Okay, this is great. So she's a documentary producer and director. She's done a bunch of stuff. A lot of sports documentaries. The Playbook, Reggie. She wrote something called Shut Up and Dribble, which is great.
God Save Texas.
Oh, she directed
TV series.
Chelsea Handler.
Anyway, whatever. We don't have to go down her resume. She's awesome. This movie is awesome. Check it out on Netflix if you have it. If you don't, find another way because you'll be glad you did. I'm pretty sure. I fucking loved it. And
yes. Do you want to hear from the chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go to the chat.
I'm trying to find this one. It's a bummer that I can't see these usernames. I know that we complain about this all the time.
But Concerned Citizen is Austin.
Okay, cool.
You know who Indie Rock is. Erica is here.
Oh, drinks them 43-215.
Yeah.
Said Andy Signor posted a video attacking the judge's ruling. What a moron.
Yeah.
That's a choice.
It's so interesting. It's just like, he's obviously, he's out of his depth. And he's just been out of his depth from the start of this whole thing, probably from the start of his damn channel. It's so interesting because all along, when he talked to me in the multiple interviews, I think we did 3 or 4. I did like 3 or 4 episodes with him. I did a live episode. I mean, I was deep into his shit. And he always would in every instance, he was like, hey, this has not got nothing to do with anyone at Popcorn Planet. This is all Dale Wheatley. I know nothing about the truth or foul. Like, he was just constantly inferring that I could be sitting on his show and lying my face off, and he had to absolve himself of any, legal exposure.
Mm-hmm.
And then this story comes and he just sells his damn soul for it. He just sold his soul for it, just fucking.
Yeah, but I don't know if his coverage is the same, where he's just like, hey guys, I'm just a impartial third party and I'm just stating what I hear, like
he has a closer relationship to the Blake Lively saga than he does to any other in Hollywood, including my own. None. The guy is he's a third party nothing. He's supposed to be just spewing his opinion on it. You can get passionate about it and all that other stuff, but to have such a personal vendetta without I get to be upset about it because I've had somebody do this shit to me. I'm a fucking victim of this stuff. So I feel like I'm like within my depth to be upset about it.
Yeah, you have personal experience with this, yeah.
So there's the passionate side of me that you're all familiar with. And then there's also the part that's angry, the part that's hurt, the part that gets triggered when I see these guys getting away with egregious civil crimes.
I don't know why.
And the result, the worst part about this and why I get emotional about it mostly is because I know that the damage that she has sustained is permanent. Blake Lively.
Yeah.
It's permanent damage. She is forever injured. This will follow her to her dying day. This will follow her to her day. This is O.J. Simpson big almost. And it will follow her to her dying day. Now, what I don't know is what she'll do with it after this is all said and done. She's got a lot of resources. She's got a lot of brains around her. She's got a pretty good head herself, right? So she's got all this advantage, right? She has security beyond measure. So she has all these things that are comforting and also, give her, a place to grow from,
Mm-hmm.
She's highly fertilized soil. I don't know how else to put it. That was a bad one.
That sounds so creepy.
Yeah, that's when you use fertilization and woman in the same sentence, you're fucking it up right from the start. So anyway, Blake Lively, she'll never be the same. Her career will never be the same. Even if or when she succeeds, beyond, and hits new heights in her career, they're going to talk about it and they're going to be like, and that's despite the fact that.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I hope she gets all their asses,
Sure.
Because if you can't undo the damage, then you might as well get fucking retribution.
Oh man, I am rooting for her on every fucking level, and more so every single day. Hearing Andy Signor scream and try to talk shit about the judge. Good, man. Cash in on the judge too. He's just losing. His side is losing. Have you ever flushed a toilet and stood and watched and saw whatever was inside that toilet go down the drain? Now imagine Andy Signor. Imagine Justin Baldoni. They're just going down the drain. I'm really stinking it. I'm just fucking killing tonight. Now this is going to be an interesting episode, clearly. These guys are going down the fucking drain, down the fucking toilet drain. All of them. And I'm thrilled about it. And I truly believe that that's happening. And if it doesn't happen, and look, I believe it so that I'm declaring it to all these 20 people.
Yeah. I just don't understand the play. Here's the thing. There's a lot to be said for
16 people.
There's a lot to be said for for putting on a brave face when you're facing adversity. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think that it says a lot about somebody's character when they're not just like, oh, well, we lost one and now I'm going to have to send my text messages to Blake Lively and, tomorrow's another day. Like that's a person that's coming from strength. Like that's a person who doesn't really feel like they have much to lose because they have the moral high ground or they have the high ground in, some other capacity. They're strategists and they know that they can work around whatever negativity life serves them, Like I admire people that deal with problems like that where they're just like, it's not a big deal, we'll deal with it, but the way that he's like flailing, he's so wounded all the time. There was somebody who shared a little clip of one of his shows where he was crowdfunding, and somebody had made a comment that they read on air where they were like, well, everybody's struggling with money right now, so if you're struggling to make your crowdfunding goal, it's probably because a lot of us are like, worried about whether we're going to pay the bills or afford groceries and stuff. And he fucking snapped. He got like literally angry, and Kim, his co-host, was trying to like calm him down, and he shushed her for it, snapped at her for it. And I was like, damn, this guy has made like, he's in a fucking tempest, and it's so unnecessary. And I don't know, it's just like with Justin Baldoni, like he didn't have to be so paranoid. He could have just been like, oh, I am actually in a position of power in this situation. And so I'm just going to ride this out, and whatever, we're super resourced. So whatever happens, we'll just deal with it. Instead,
it's so strange that he chose to see anything that she was doing as any kind of an aggressive move at all. Like beyond, or even if he perceived her as being aggressive, that he in any way felt threatened by that is weird. Because it's just like literally not a threatening situation.
Exactly. And it's like, so Andy Signor is having a little fucking hissy fit about this shit. And it's just like, dude, you're not even involved in the first place.
Like if I was producing
Justin Baldoni,
Justin
the more you keep
Baldoni,
fucking crying about it, the more somebody's going to be like, maybe you are involved,
If I was producing Justin Baldoni and a scene, the rooftop scene flowed from Blake Lively to him.
Okay.
And it would obviously get to me because I'm producing him.
Yeah.
I would say to him, great, let's sit down with Chrissy and let's see what we're going to do with it.
That is the...
Literally, that would be my answer to that.
Dude,
let's sit down with Chrissy and see how
you're
how
in
she
a
feels
creative. You're in a creative industry. You got to yes and everything. You know what I mean? Because
so instead of doing that,
you don't have the option to say no, but about anything.
And by the way, I would have done that like intuitively because my first thought would be about my writer. Is my writer still involved?
Right.
And we knew that Chrissy was put on as a what's her whole name? Christy
Hall.
Christy, thank you. Christy Hall.
Is it Christy? Yeah. Christy
Hall, she, the writer, is also a producer. So I would have, or is, yes. So I would have, certainly I would have, as soon as that scene came to me as a producer, I would have went, great, I'm going to sit down with the writer and see what she thinks of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like, hey, let's go and get her involved and see if she has anything. I like this. I want to see where she thinks it could go.
But the reason why she's not involved is because they stopped paying her, right? Like, didn't you say... you have so much wisdom to share about this kind of stuff because you've experienced what it's like to make a film in Hollywood. So she has a producer credit, but she's a screenwriter. And at some point, Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively are making script revisions without the screenwriter. And so you had explained before that it's just like her screenwriting job had ceased because they weren't bringing her on for more drafts or more input.
Yeah, yes. Well, so the WGA. Which is the Writers Guild of America.
Yeah.
It has, you sign on as a WGA signatory production. Mm-hmm. So then you're adhering to the collective bargaining agreement that is relevant to your production because they have different scales, the pay scales toward, per the, so if you're working on a $150 million budget, you get paid a lot more than you would if you're working on a $10 million budget. So, so the WGA is the governing body, and look, writers get paid for everything they do, which is correct. The problem is that writing really requires a lot of revisions, and those are also, subject to the WGA rules.
So if he didn't want to keep paying her, he's not going to continue to consult with her.
So what it does is it just puts all scripts at a certain disadvantage if the budget is in any way constraining to it. So So yeah, so that could be the problem. And so in that case, it might be better if a producer does revisions, or if they, or a director, because they're not going to be. Now again, I say that with some ignorance because I've never worked on a WGA film. There might be something in the WGA agreement that doesn't allow that, because they're protecting the writing of the writers. So there might be problems and issues there. So and I think that's why you saw Sony panic and get a letter out the very next day that they learned that Ryan Reynolds had anything to do with that.
Yeah.
Because that immediately, because he also wasn't our producer. So anyway, it's a very, very, very interesting scenario that I'm not sure exactly how it shakes out with regards to the union, but I would certainly be able to get the writer's opinion without doing anything without violating any kind of terms of the collective bargaining agreement with the WGA. So I'd be able to go to the writer and say, hey, Blake just handed in this draft. Tell me your thoughts. Do you have any, because even if I'm not having her actually jump on the draft because if it's going to, be some kind of pay threshold problem or whatever for budget constraints, which, if you think about it, is kind of shitty.
Yeah, totally.
But there might be ways in which you can work with the writer. Writers still want the best material. It's kind of
their name's on it, so they want it to be nice.
One of the things about the WGA that's always discouraged me was like, well, do I want to get involved with an organization that is going to restrict me from fixing my drafts? Because you're not really allowed to, because you can't work on it for free if it belongs to a studio or a producer. Mm-hmm. So if a producer owns it or has licensed it in any way, and they're a union producer, they would have to be because it's a union writer, then they're going to have to adhere to those rules, and that immediately kind of shuts it down. Like I've seen projects, for example, that were kick ass, but that only, or worse, I saw projects that were like coming from like underlying material. One was a graphic novel, really cool graphic novel. And we were setting, or they ended up setting it up with Will Ferrell's company. And I actually brought the project in. It's this cool little comic book company, or a comic book or a graphic novel. And when Will Ferrell got involved, they put one writer on it, paid him a bunch of money because they hit the minimums, which was like $250,000, $350,000, something like that, $250,000, $350,000 for the screenplay. But it was just one draft, one revision, or one draft, two revisions. So it was not well developed. So the script was not great. And they weren't going to pay again on it to do any more drafts. So it was dead. It was fucking dead. So the only thing we could do is put that project into turnaround, which is where they release the project and we carry the $250,000 debt and go out into another round of trying to set it up. But now you got a broken script.
Yeah. So this is apparently what's happening to Craig Hodges, who had a deal with Wayfair where they were going to make his biography.
Yeah.
And he says that they're holding his intellectual property hostage, but that's not true, right? Because you're saying that
that is whoever in the Blake supporters who's trying to use that as some kind of evidence that they're bad dudes. Mm-hmm. They're missing out on that one. That was wrong. They're not doing anything wrong there. They own the rights, and if he wants to go and bring another producer in, or if he wants to go bring some money in somehow that can recoup the money that they've already invested in the screenplay, then I'm sure they would release it gleefully.
Yeah.
But until they get their money back, they're not going to release it. And if they do put it into turnaround, which they might once their term expires, they're still going to have to go out and make a deal that covers whatever's been invested into the screenplay up to that point. Makes perfect sense, dude. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna fucking. If you're a writer and then I'm like, or if you're an idea person and I'm a writer and I put together a fucking screenplay, you should benefit from it anywhere down the line. Yeah, clearly. Anyway, there you go.
Erica says that she catches up on our lives at 2 times speed all the time.
Yeah,
and then when she finally catches up, that we all of a sudden sound very stoned. Because we're talking all slow.
She's found me out. I have been exposed.
Hanada said that when Melissa Nathan asked Dumois to talk about Justin.
Dumois? Who's Dumois?
It's like Dumois is like, evidently it's a lady but it's supposed to be this like
How's it spelled?
tabloid blind item, like publicity, like a tabloid magazine type thing.
Called Du Monde? Du what?
Du Moi, which is it's just like celebrity gossip.
Like, is it DUMOI? Like Du Moi?
DEUX.
Oh,
DEUXMOI. Du Moi.
Twice me?
I don't know.
Du Moi. Okay, cool. It's a cool name. It's interesting. I'm hooked.
Hinata said that when Melissa Nathan asked Dumois to talk about Justin, in quotes, "Are you telling him I heard something bad?" Sarah Nathan said, "I've heard 3 things about Baldoni, all really creepy." I know that they are talking about how they have a real fucking big job on their hands trying to make Justin Baldoni look good, because they all think he's a fucking creep, and they think that he's like too sensitive, and that he blames everybody else for his problems. So much shit talking. My favorite part that I've read in all of the discovery that's been released is when Justin Baldoni is asked about it. He's asked about whether he knows that his publicists are talking shit, and the lawyer is quoting it to him, and he says that he was unaware. So in all this time, all this discovery, up until his deposition, he was unaware of what they say to each other about him. And this just reminds me a lot of your lawsuit, where you're like, until I wrote my book, if Leonardo DiCaprio hasn't read your book, that he still does not know what happened between his friends. All these years later, and with him making the most drastic decisions about blocking your film, that he never once knew what happened.
Nope.
Crazy.
No, of course not. He never heard my side of the story. Ever. It's a fascinating thing. Like, I always think about that when people read the book, I'm always thinking like, wow, you now know more about what happened with Don's Plum than Leonardo DiCaprio does.
Yeah. Yeah. What a moron.
What would you do?
Is moron insensitive? I know that there's
I think we're good with moron.
I think there's a few people who are saying that there's really ableist speech that still gets used, and they wish that it wouldn't.
Moron.
Yeah, like, so if you call somebody an idiot, you're like, oh, okay, that's ableist against people who actually have cognitive dysfunction.
I've had a hard time letting go of half-wit.
Half-wit?
Yeah.
Half-wit's a good one.
It's hard to let go of.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cutting.
It's really punctuated. Half-wit, you know?
Like half-wit.
That's a good one.
A stupid person. Yeah, so moron's got to be.
Yeah, well, you know, a lot of times they're talking about like, you know, when you say like, oh man, that's crazy. Like, apparently it's a
bad word. Moron's a bad word. Like, it's a no-no.
Yeah, apparently it's ableist, because you wouldn't label somebody crazy if you wanted to be compassionate about how they have, like, I don't know, a personality disorder, or like.
No, it's like the big thing that
mental illness.
It's like a horrible clash between like in domestics when one partner calls another crazy because that partner might be having an actual episode.
No, I know, but what you're talking about is somebody who's using it as if it's like accusatory or hate speech or something, right?
Right.
I'm talking about when we just use words. Like, oh, look at this fucking idiot over here. Like, you know, like, apparently we're supposed to cleanse our, like, instead of saying crazy, I'm supposed to say bonkers, or like I don't know. I have a hard time. I'm struggling.
I'm never gonna
let
go of crazy. Crazy is not a word I can let go of.
I know, it's tough.
Yeah. I don't need to use the word to describe somebody, in particular, somebody's state of mind. So like I'm crazy excited about something. Absolutely. What? Yeah. Or there's a movie I love. Little indie movie from in the 2000s. I think it was called. Oh man, Crazy Love? No.
Crazy Love sounds familiar.
You know who's in it is Yelchin.
Anton Yelchin.
Anton Yelchin.
I think that's Crazy Love. Yeah, with Felicity Jones.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
right.
Yeah. Why? What about it?
Well, it's a way I use crazy.
You're saying it's
Like Crazy. It's called
Like Crazy. Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh, I loved it. Did you see it?
Yeah, you showed it to me.
Great little movie.
It's sweet. I didn't like it as much as you did.
Well, I have a deep appreciation for the independent of like I love the well, we don't have to get into it. I love that movie, and yeah, like crazy. See, I like it like that. Like crazy, you got to use like, stupid could be used in those kinds of ways too.
I'm going to keep using
stupid fresh. Come on.
Yeah, right.
I'm not letting go of stupid fresh.
I'm struggling with that one too. Because the alternatives just aren't as useful to me or snappy or clear.
All right. We're babbling.
We are?
I am. Let us begin. Where were we? I don't even know.
Hanada said that Perez Hilton is the OG hate campaigner. He did go after Christina Aguilera way back. He admired Lady Gaga, used to call him trashing Aguilera, and he ran with it. I don't understand.
Who did?
Perez Hilton. He was the OG hate campaigner. I'm stunned by this ACLU thing. I mean, I know it's old news, so I'm not going to talk about it, but like, why?
Why did they step in for Perez Hilton?
Yeah, so they're thinking that Andy Signor is going to get defended by the ACLU. Like, they don't have enough things to do these days?
Well, I just don't understand why. Well, I'll tell you why they might. It's not because of Andy Signor. It's going to be because of what the judge is saying.
The journalist privilege.
Well, and that the judge is defining Andy's channel and his activity as distinctly not journalistic.
Yes, and also he is talking about a text message thread that went on for 6 months with the defendants. There's no journalistic privilege. Like, it's not like he's trying to protect his sources if he's divulging his sources to the defendants. Do you know what I mean? If the defendants are giving him sources, those aren't secret sources. Do you know what I mean?
There is no dispute there is no dispute that the two were speaking.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
Right. And if he's naming sources that he is hoping to keep secret from the court using journalist privilege, then he has not kept them secret from the defendants.
Correct.
It's just
Deep Throat was Deep Throat.
Right. Nobody knew his name.
Nobody knew his name.
Wait, until he died, right? Like until
very, very recently. Like, was it 10 years ago or whatever?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nobody knew who Deep Throat was for decades.
Yeah.
Andy Signor. They're going to make a movie about me, he says to his girl before they go to bed. You'll see. They're going to make a movie about me.
It's so scandalous.
Popcorn scandal.
Here's the thing, dude, is I would hate to be involved in a scandal, okay? But if I ever was, you can bet that I would be trying to get out of it every fucking minute of the day.
For sure.
This guy is jumping like head first
he loves
into more and more problems.
Bathing in the
And I guess
fame.
like, okay, cool, you're monetizing it, but he's getting into more and more trouble. Like, I cannot believe that it's just the unforced errors of all of these people in this fucking lawsuit. You know, like when Melissa Nathan is like, "Oh man, Justin Baldoni, that draft letter from Blake Lively is the craziest thing I've ever read. You got to lawyer up." Like, why are you taking legal advice from your fucking crisis manager? Like, do not do that.
And the worst part about it is that you can see just by the text that we've been exposed to that, you know, it was all manipulation.
Yeah.
They talked behind his back horribly about him.
Yeah, they want to get paid.
And about the situation. So Shannon says that she misses Anton Yelchin. Me too, man. That's the worst death I've ever heard of in Hollywood history in terms of like a Hollywood figure dying. Worst one, I think, ever.
If you're sensitive about this kind of stuff, don't go looking for how Anton Yelchin died.
If you also miss Anton Yelchin and you haven't seen Like Crazy, I couldn't recommend it more. And Angela liked it, so, you know, it's not like she's like hating on it.
I'm right here, Dale. I can hear you talking about me.
I'm talking about the person who made this review. I don't recognize that person as you.
Lee said, I just watched Andy Signor's rant on his channel. He's so mad he's spitting. He's already grifting and raising money off his ruling. He's such a phony. Hey, man. He's grotesque
to me. He's just not.
Good for him,
I thoroughly regret exposing myself to him at all. Like, he's the kind of guy, like, when all this thing started, like Sassy Dave Navarro, I still call him Sassy Dave Navarro because I'm not quite sure I'm ever going to get his name actually right, because that's how little I care about that human being. Yeah. Like, I don't want to commit any of my time to him beyond the little video I made on TikTok. And then I was like, that was it. I was only going to ever do that one because once I realized that this guy was like my intention when I made that video on TikTok, if y'all don't know what it was, Sassy Dave Navarro made a video very early in this dispute, and I made a response to that video. And I did that because I genuinely thought, oh, this poor guy, he's got his facts wrong. You know, people get my facts wrong all the time, right? I just did it to another guy who did a Don's Plum post on TikTok the other day. No, you got your facts wrong. I love to do that, right? Wouldn't you want you to get your facts right? I do. When people correct me here, I'm like, hooray, I got it. Now I know. I don't want to walk around with the wrong thing on my mouth, coming out of my mouth. Mm-hmm. So that's all I was doing for. But then like a couple of videos after that, I was like, oh no, this guy's corrupt.
Yeah,
this guy's grifting.
Mm-hmm.
And so I ignored him. And that's what that fucking Sandy, that's what Andy Signor would have been to me. Had I not been interviewed.
Zach Peters is in Discovery where Jed Wallace is saying that he loves him.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's not where you want to be, man. That's not a good look.
Yeah, I don't mind if publicists love me, but it won't be because I'm doing their bidding.
If you're like, Johnny Tabloid Liarmouth, I guess that's where you want to be.
Johnny Tabloid Liarmouth.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Then sure, you'd love it if Jed loves you. But, I just don't know why these people are willing to sell themselves out for so little. Like, if they're talking about how they're not getting paid directly, that they're just getting boosted by these publicists, that is a very, very small price to pay for your fucking integrity. I'm appalled.
Yeah, I just saw Junkyard say the bogus legal filings seem to have fully pissed off the judge, and that's true.
Yeah.
That they didn't know. Like, this is Andy to a T. Lazy, cutting corners. He's just I gave him a book filled with gold. He did nothing with it and turned that into 600. It was his top.
He could have
views.
made so many videos about the content of your book.
Oh my God.
He didn't even bother to read it.
Didn't even bother.
Or ask you about it.
And I gave him like heads up months in advance, months and months. I was like, dude, let's do this. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. And we're like, and this guy is so fucking lazy that I ended up having to write for him a summation of, I gave him 3 scene excerpts. And then wrote him like a summary of the scenes as well.
Yeah, you spelled it out
just in case he didn't have time to read 3 scenes from a book in an exclusive interview exposing Leonardo DiCaprio doing some really fucking shady shit. And by the way, the only reason why New York Magazine didn't do it, because I had a deal in the making with them, was because it got shut down by Leo. So I'm giving him New York Magazine quality fucking shit, and he does nothing.
Yeah.
He tosses it out like he's like in the, he actually, I was a fill for him, and it was just before the Diddy arrest.
Yeah.
And I was just this filler episode. He's like, hey, how about today?
I know, but it's a good thing anyway. Now you're not even, you're no closer tied to him. If he had made all that fucking content, that wouldn't be yours. He would have deleted it. Hello? Are you there?
Yeah. Shannon just is making me laugh right now.
What?
She said, I watched Sassy Dave Navarro and he promoted a great tincture and gave a promo code. I tried it, liked it, and would also recommend. Well, I'm glad he's known for his tinctures.
Oh, man. We should start making fake ads. That'd be so fun.
I'm just saying, I lost interest in him the minute I realized that he was a shill.
Okay, listen.
Yeah.
What fake tincture would you sell? Like, if it's totally made up, like total bullshit, like you're not selling anything.
Yeah,
but you just want to make an ad for it.
What would be my fake tincture?
Yeah.
On the spot. Okay. Do you have one for you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you do yours while I keep thinking of mine.
Have you ever wanted to experience a third nipple? Sure you have. Maybe you don't tell your friends about it.
One that won't get sore. You can just like a sore nipples tincture would be amazing.
Sore nipples?
Do you have sore nipples?
Well, no, because that's actually a real problem for a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
They probably exist.
You don't want to yeah. You want
market
people
to mothers, fucking, But I was thinking about like a tincture that actually makes you like into a mutant.
How about a past life tincture?
You want to revert to your past life?
Yeah, you
it lasts for 30 minutes,
and you'll have a dream.
Make sure you clear your schedule. It's very important you not take any phone calls because that will splice the space-time continuum and you may not be able to get back.
Hanada said Baldoni plays a victim, but the only time that he was a real victim is from Melissa Nathan's manipulation. And this goes to, Junkyard talked about this. We've talked about this, long on this,
I
which
love
is
this take
that they got that Melissa Nathan and Jennifer Abel
and Jamie fucking Heath
and
dude.
Jamie fucking Heath
conspiring against him.
Well,
this is the
or Scoots, because like Scoots owns Tag.
Oh my god, I know.
And they're fucking.
And he was like trying to siphon Steve Sarowitz's money.
Just siphon. That dude is shelling out the dough.
Yeah,
bro.
but maybe Justin Baldoni's in on that. He's like, whatever, this guy's not going to miss the money, but we would like to have it. That's my favorite take of this whole thing, because Justin Baldoni is so paranoid and he's so ready to go to war with whoever he feels like is attacking him.
Yeah.
It's nebulous. He can't even figure out which direction it's coming from.
He's getting bad information.
But the one the one source of attack that we actually can very clearly identify, he's totally oblivious to. Yeah. He's never even suspecting.
No.
They have effectively and successfully ruined his reputation. His career is fucking gone forever because of the people that he paid to help him protect his reputation. And he's, for some reason, still like allied with them. Like they're the only people. They did what he was afraid that Blake Lively would do. They did. And he's
it's
just
crazy.
like, I'm with these guys till the end. I love them. They're always looking out for me.
It's so weird how people just follow people. Like I'm surprised that nobody turns around.
Off the plank. Yeah.
It's like you're clearly going off the plank, and you won't turn around. You're like, no, this is good. This is gonna work. Like Donald Trump is just like walking people off the fucking plank, and they're just like, wee.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Mom. Junkyard said, wait. Oh no. Hanada said that Baldoni plays the victim. Oh no, I said that one. There was one that caught my attention here. Which one was it? Damn it.
Concerned citizen.
You said that Junkyard says his signature would be a Blake Lively smell. And I'm like, you just missed. What you want, because they're so crazy, dude, there's all these, get a Justin Baldoni smell.
Oh my God, I know you will sell.
A tincture that when you put it, like, do you drink it or you put it in your eyes? Or what do you do?
Justin Baldoni's bathwater, like a Sydney Sweeney. Like
Justin Baldoni's bathwater. That is so disgusting.
I know.
Oh my God.
He would do it though, because he'd be like, "Oh, of course they'd want that."
You get one with a hair in it. You're like, "Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my
God!" I'm gonna sell this for hundreds.
It's like a rare card, It's like a coin with a fucking misprint on it.
Stop it. That's horrible. We sound crazy right now.
Yeah, I think we're probably just blowing this thing up a little bit.
You said concerned citizen is the @ for Austin, right?
Is Austin? Yeah.
Okay, cool. Austin said.
See the A there?
What? Oh, yeah.
A is for Austin.
Austin said that Andy Signor will be reported to the IRS for crowdfunding and for his nonprofit. You can report individuals or businesses to the IRS if you suspect tax fraud, evasion, a scam, or a violation of tax law.
Yeah, well, it's very interesting because that 501c3 does not make any sense to anybody, certainly not the judge.
The IRS accepts information from the public to help ensure compliance with tax laws. Well, it's interesting.
Of course they do. The IRS is like a revelation. The government loves a rat.
Yeah.
They pay rats. They're like, how much? We'll get you a new house and a whole new name.
If you want to narc on your friends, we're here for you.
Dude, we'll buy you a house. We'll put you in a neighborhood. You will just be a normal citizen.
Yeah, I think that so the judge's ruling said that in Florida, his business is incorporated as a business, right? Not a nonprofit, a for-profit company.
I think that's how it began, and then they did a refiling.
So when he wrote in his filing to a court, I don't know if it's the same one, but he wrote in his filing that he's a nonprofit. So I don't understand why he would do that. Why would he write false information to describe his business to
because he was court? It sounds like his lawyer's either a bonehead or he was doing most of the legwork and I don't know.
Oh, you think he wrote it and the lawyer was like, "Yep, looks good." Like didn't look into any of it?
Somebody fucked up.
Why would he think that his business is a nonprofit, or why would he even feel like it's advantageous to pose as one?
Yeah,
I remember when we read that, I was like, "There's no way," because 501c3 is really hard to get to qualify for.
Yeah, and
a fucking YouTube channel would never qualify.
Never.
I mean, unless you're like, if you're teaching, I just don't think it would work online.
Certainly, as a teaching organization, you would have at least a shot.
If your like YouTube channel is a church, maybe. Maybe
YouTube channel would have to be a component.
And this is why Popcorn Planet is a church.
The YouTube channel would have to be a component, which is why the judge talked about the website and saying how the website sold nothing but merchandise.
Right.
If the website said, hey, sign up here for this, or, here a resource tab and like these other, non-profit-y type, like a PR tab for the nonprofit, right? Like, just simple shit. And they don't have any of that. So it's all, of course, it's all about taxes. Yeah.
The junk farm said the prosecutor hasn't charged them with racketeering yet because this case is old school protection racket. And then Hanada said, I honestly could see RICO charges if they could prove that Melissa Nathan created a situation where Baldoni felt he needed her services.
That would be the best out for Baldoni, bro. The best thing that could happen to Justin Baldoni and maybe even Blake Lively in this situation. Because if they realize, if it turns into this like situation where Justin Baldoni, first of all, would own his mistakes, be man enough. So if he stood up and was like, he was man enough and said, yeah, those things did happen. And yeah, they were inappropriate. And yeah, I shouldn't have done them. And then she was like, oh, well, this is good to know that you were coerced into believing that I was trying to ruin your reputation.
Yeah, so
because
check this out.
She might. Well, go ahead.
The junk farm is saying, so Melissa Nathan planted the first negative story about Baldoni, and then he paid her to fix it.
Yeah, that's a racket for sure.
And then Hanada said, yeah, Baldoni would be the victim of Melissa Nathan's acts here. I bet they wouldn't go cannibalistic on that group because Nathan most certainly has evidence against Baldoni. The junk farm said, and then he funded it and pointed it at Lively.
Yep. It's just crazy. Well, of course he did because
what tangled webs they weave.
It's an incredible. This is what makes this case so fascinating, and why I don't. I'm glad to be covering it, frankly, because it's just, to me, it has. I think there are surprises to come, and that would still be an absolute giant surprise, obviously to his fans. But it would be interesting because like when you think about like the mending of ways, right? Because like there's this huge divide between them and us, right? It's as divided as red and blue. So it's wild. Like it's it's crazy how much of a fever they're in. Like when you look at like I was showing you. If you go to lawsuits, it ends in lawsuits, and with it's like chaos the way they have their site organized, their sub, compared to it ends in court, where it's like all of their categories. It's all very like nice on the eyes and pleasing to see, and
neat and
non-chaotic. It's just like chaos, non-chaos.
Yeah,
and within the chaos. They've really committed to some really hateful shit. So it would be amazing to see what would happen if Nathan gets exposed. I'll tell you though, I have to interject on this because I've brought this up before. Something that they're jointly repped right now.
Yes.
They're not just jointly repped. They're joint defendants.
Yeah. So they can't have a conflict of interest, right?
They waive a conflict of interest. Yeah.
Right.
So if they have waived it might have been a genius play by them. And remember, they brought in Friedman. I believe, it is my belief that I was coerced into a joint representation with David Stutman.
So that you wouldn't sue
him. And Artie Robb.
Yeah.
Which absolved them of any liability and also limited my rights completely because I then fell in line. I had no voice. I was shouting up while they got to shout at, So that was a major sacrifice. It's a major sacrifice. I lost all of my personal rights. I forwent all of that. And the first thing out of their mouths was, and it was all fear-based. They were all like, look, you're not going to get representation. If you don't get representation, that's going to be a really big problem. And I'm like, well, how come I can't representation? Well, because you don't have any money. I was like, yeah, I know, but like I'll give up a portion of my points. And they're all like, no one's going to want that.
Yeah. They're like, we're not worth anything. We're expecting that you're not going to have anything at the end of this.
It's not worth anything. It's not worth, like they said, your lawyer can expect to incur hundreds of thousands of dollars in expenses and fees.
God.
And so there's no way you're going to be able to pay that with a percentage of what you're going to earn. And So it was all fear based because then we're like, so basically you're standing alone, and then they said like they are going to destroy you. I mean, I'm obviously paraphrasing, but they were like, it's incredibly confusing. They're like, where'd you go to school? And I'm like,
I didn't.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. No college. And they're like, okay, well, you need help.
Mm-hmm.
And so I signed away my rights for Brian, but it was a sale really put forward by Burt Fields, who was then representing David Stutman in the lawsuit against Leonardo DiCaprio. So in this scenario, you have Brian Friedman,
yes,
representing Justin Baldoni,
right,
and then absorbing the friends of the show, Melissa Nathan and
well,
Jen
no,
Friedman.
because Melissa Nathan recommended him. He apparently
I
is
know.
like bros with Jed Wallace.
But do you understand the dynamic?
It came from the
I
other
realize
direction.
that's the fucking the scam.
No, I think the
scam is to get the like.
What's really interesting about what you're saying is that Justin Baldoni actually has a case against Melissa Nathan because she fucked over his whole life with her mismanagement.
Yeah.
But so it would be in Melissa Nathan's best interest if Justin Baldoni had signed away his conflict waiver.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
not the other way around. You were saying that Brian Friedman represented Baldoni and then roped in Melissa Nathan, but I think it's Brian Friedman was always going to defend Melissa Nathan.
That's not what I said.
Working hand in glove.
I very plainly said that they recommended Brian Friedman. That's the grift.
Right.
They recommend Brian Friedman, who becomes his attorney.
Yeah.
And then he says, so my version is the correct version. And then he said, wow, this is important because procedurally, this is very important for this to make sense.
Yeah.
Because now he has Justin Baldoni, and then the lawyer's like, ideally, if we just have one defendant, we consolidate our power, we consolidate our stories. But to do that, we'll have to sign some waivers. Because she's then out the outside. She's just, the person who recommended the attorney.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's like, and then they're like, well, yeah, Brian, you guys are cool. Yeah, let's do it. You're cool with it? I'm cool with it. Done. It's a wrap. Now, he can't escape RICO charges. So if it gets exposed that there was actual like crimes, that won't do. Like the conflict won't protect them from crimes because they'll be, charged. And then, but it's interesting. Like the question would be like if there were something like RICO charges recommended, and then you'd wonder, well, so then you would think that Baldoni would regain his civil rights.
I don't know how it goes.
Because you would think that would be a false pretense. It would mean that Brian Friedman could be potentially even looped into it. Crazy.
I just know that if Steve Sarowitz wants to protect his company, then he might go after the publicists, right? Like, because I mean, it's basically like a breach of contract. You're being hired to protect the reputation of the people involved in Wayfair.
Yeah.
And they have now ruined the reputation of the people involved in Wayfair by mismanagement.
Of course. Hanada said it's a package. It's Melissa Nathan, Jed Wallace, and Brian Friedman. So it was a package for the smear campaign.
Yeah.
Which was their social combat plan. That's absolutely true. But the Brian Friedman thing was brought up specifically to help. It's a little bit different because I don't think it was like, I think he came in kind of sneaky.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Like, I think that Baldoni, he asked for it, and so I don't exactly know what he could claim, but I feel like
for what?
He wanted her to be buried, and so they're like, okay, well, I'll just put you in touch with these people who are going to bury her, and you're also going to go down with it.
No. If they find out that Melissa Nathan triggered that reaction,
yeah, right,
then he now and blamed Blake Lively. That's the racket. Very high possibility, if not absolute. It's going to be interesting if they find a way to be able to hide that.
That they'll cannibalize each other after the trial.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see that there was a court filing that sort of like outlined what they predict the timeline is going to be? It was like what motions are still pending, and then what is the timeline? And Lively thinks it's going to be a 3-week trial. Wayfair thinks it's going to be a 4-week trial.
Yeah. I mean, they both sound right.
That's a long time.
I'm ready to go, man.
Yeah,
my sleeves are rolled up. I mean, I'm not ready to go. I have so much to do to get ready for that trial.
Will you excuse me for a minute?
Happily.
I forgot to bring water with me.
It's not very good. Don't want to not bring water, do you? All right, well, I'll go into the chat while you're gone. You're always taking breaks, I don't know. We're going to have to, I think I'm going to write you up. You might get written up. In camera to decide if it was protected. She decided. He's lucky she didn't dump all of it to the docket. I wonder if she could have dropped it to the docket, because she's not. That's interesting. Shannon says, I watched Sassy Dave Navarro. Oh, no. That was hilarious. You already got me on that one. Blake Lively's smell is very funny. It's her tanning lotion. Oh, that's funny. That's really funny, man. I should have finished a sentence. Let me see. What else? Nobody knows whose indemnity belongs where. Well, that's an interesting statement. I wonder if there is any. I mean, I don't even know if there is any. I think it's all a big collab. But we'll see. It would be good for Baldoni, says Sonata, but he'll still blame a woman for the problems. Well, here's the thing.
That's perfect.
He will. Well, he'll still be. Here's the thing is, he's traumatized by this.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, this is absolute trauma.
I don't know how he comes back from it.
Yeah, this is trauma. Like, he now has trauma associated with women, which is really fucked up, right? Obviously. Well, and he's going to deny it. He's going to be, it's not women, it's that woman.
He's a person just who is very, very focused. Like, so I read his memoir, and I'm also, I believe astrology is a thing. So he is a person who's very driven. He has a hunger for developing some public image. But in all of his celebrity so far, all of the ways in which he has managed to be recognizable in public and have a public image and have like a creative output he puts out, it's always been very controlled and on his terms. Mm-hmm. This has been like a complete reversal.
Yeah.
So now he feels like, according to his memoir, he had a really rough go in as a kid, growing up with peers that used to bully him. And now that he's an adult, he is encountering that again. So I feel like it's just going to bring up a whole lot of really harsh feelings about now that what used to be his creative realm, which was being out in public and speaking publicly.
Yeah.
Now he's gotten backlash from that. I don't know what Steve Sarowitz is supposed to do to fix it, because obviously he's been funding everything Baldoni wants to do. And he's been using Baldoni, and they've been working, collaborating really well.
Yeah, Baldoni's going to be just fine no matter what happens, because he's got money bags behind him. Although it's so weird because, man,
he's also a talented director. I wonder if he's just going to be able to do that without being.
I don't know that he's a talented director at all. He's credited for that movie, which is good, but I don't know that he is. That I would necessarily say that this is.
I mean, obviously he doesn't know how to work with people, but what I'm saying about what turned out to end up on the screen, which he was saying in text messages that he wasn't that upset after all because it was like 90% of his movie. Like they all recognized his work in it, and so he was like, okay, it's fine.
Where I thought he did really well was acting, even if it was not a perfect performance. I was like, wow, this guy actually can hold down a scene.
I just don't know how he gets to pursue a public image after this. I don't know how he's going to spin it. I think that I don't know. I'm curious. Do you think that he's going to frame himself as the victim? Not of Blake Lively. He won't get to do that anymore if he loses the trial, but maybe of these other people.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he would be the victim if they threw a racket down on this dude and they're all siphoning. And even if Jamie Heath isn't involved and Jamie Heath is just another mark, if they put the M on that forehead and fucking did his shit, he is a victim here.
I wonder if he'll go into like the wellness space, like mental health, like write a memoir about how he, communed spiritually and
it's so interesting because this flavor of step on you. This flavor of Hollywood scandal is like right out of the textbook, right? It's like right out of the stereotype, right? Of Hollywood scandal in terms of like the backstabbing, the lying. If you like, certainly if we, give any credence whatsoever to the idea that Melissa Nathan and Jennifer Abel have set up this like sting, but if it's not, even if it's not a sting, it's still just like kind of like almost like the kind of scandal you almost expect from Hollywood. Whereas my scandal is like so, high school, Like mine's like a high school drama, whereas theirs is, I mean, gone super bad. Whereas theirs is like,
where it was basically like it was like two popular boys who were like bullying the one, like bad mouthing, ruining your reputation, like
beating up on the poor guy, which is me. I was the poor guy, and everyone saw me as that.
But this is like a coordinated criminal enterprise. It's really wild.
Yeah.
Anyway, I still haven't finished that Exhibit 17. I didn't know if you wanted to go over that again today.
Let's finish it. We got 45 minutes left. Let's do it.
Okay.
But
how far did you get in the chat?
Let's just finish off. There's a few at the end here. Shannon says that I think his movies are shot well and that he has a style. They aren't really my type of movie, but they're good. They look good. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I can attribute that to him, because what I didn't see in It Ends With Us was actually, I just thought like the work was very serviceable, clean, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a DP got in there and said, came in, how we're talking about the PR package that their social combat plan.
Yeah.
And they got the Jed Wallace, they got Melissa Nathan, they got Jennifer Abel. Mm-hmm. And if it goes bad, we got Brian Friedman to fucking finish this shit off. And I feel like, the look of that movie was very much like, yeah, man, I got my gaffer, I got my blah, blah, blah. Yeah, dude, nice and slick. I got you, bro. I got you. Whereas not a guy who's sitting around talking about like, hey, I'm thinking like we'll light it in a certain way and because like, again, the moves, like a lot of the camera work, I found the camera work to be like very textbook, excellent textbook. Like they, they graduated from, what is that, SCAD or whatever,
SCAD.
What is it called?
I guess
the Scandinavian.
No.
What's
Are
it
you
called?
talking about Savannah?
Yeah.
College of Arts.
Savannah, right.
Arts and Design, SCAD.
SCAD. I don't remember shit.
Scandinavian?
Whatever. SCAD, right?
Okay.
That fucking shit is, whatever. They turn out DPs,
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's a movie made by a SCAD grad that's really like was top of the class. You know what I mean? As opposed to like a movie that has like style where you look at it and be like, oh, I know who made that.
Okay, so you're talking about how it was technically proficient.
Absolutely.
But not like uniquely styled, right?
Yeah, I didn't see a voice in it.
Mm-hmm.
I felt it was rather devoid of that.
Mm.
Even if, and look, if that's
disagree.
If that's his style, then I would say like that's not much of a style. Like again, not a film by kind of credit for me.
Right. Right.
And no, to be honest, like if I'm not even being shitty about it. Like when you see a Scorsese movie and you see, you know it when you're in it. You don't even have to like. I've been exposed to Scorsese that I hadn't seen and knew I was watching it. Like walking in on somebody watching a movie going, the fuck is that? Is that Scorsese?
Yeah, that like is. Fucking Wes Anderson is a good example.
Wes Anderson's a great example.
Nobody does it like him.
Jim Jarmusch is another great example. Yeah, you know a Jim Jarmusch movie like you know a Tom Waits song.
Often in the same, isn't it? No.
Well, I brought them together. Yeah.
Austin is asking, what do y'all think about Wayfair being in complete control of the marketing? Did you discuss Colleen Hoover never licensing her books again? She's starting her own production company. She also sold more books than anyone ever. At least that's what I heard.
Well, there's no way she's sold more books than anyone ever. If that's true,
that's impossible.
Who's the greatest?
What then? Who's like Stephen King or Dean Koontz?
Yeah, Stephen King has written 60, or fucking Pratchett.
Yeah. Oh yeah. J.K. Rowling. No way.
Yeah, no way. But I mean, she sold a lot. Let's see. What's her name again? Shannon Hoover?
Colleen Hoover.
Colleen Hoover.
The Junk Farm said, Colleen Hoover has been burned on every deal she's made, and this was supposed to be the good guy, so not surprising she's bailing. Hinata said that if Colleen launches her own production controlling her books, she can become a billionaire. I think that's brilliant.
Agatha Christie is the best-selling fiction author of all time, with sales estimated over 4 billion copies.
Agatha Christie?
Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, she has like 150 books or something.
That's so great.
That chick just sat. All she did was like another one, boom, another one, boom. What'd you think of that one? Boom, hey, this one. I dedicate this one to you and you. She just pumped them out, bro. How many books did Agatha Christie? But 4 billion copies. So she's not even close to that. 4 billion, dude. I just want to sell like just a few more thousand would be all right. I'm not trying to be Agatha Christie, you know what I'm saying? How many books did Agatha Christie write?
You could be Agatha Christie if you put your mind to it.
I don't want to be.
You don't?
No. Yeah, like that book, and I think every book that I'd ever write in my life, will ever write in my life, is gonna take its toll on me, man. I'm just like, you know, I'm not like oh yeah, like I'm in it. Like I go in there, I'm like, oh God, oh my God, oh Jesus Christ, like I'm there.
Yeah, it's
you know, I've been writing my screenplay at your coffee shop, and people look over at me because I'm fucking pounding the keyboards because I'm in a fight scene. And I'm like, you motherfucker, you know, I go through it.
It ends up on the page too. It's very engaging.
Right, it ends up on the page, but it only gets there because I only have the only hope I have of ever telling anything well in any kind of story or character is if I go all the way in it. And so I can't write like she's top ahead. She can just watch it like a movie. I have to live it like a life. And that's painful. Too Real was an immensely painful, albeit cathartic adventure. Yeah.
Probably healing.
And I listen,
too, huh?
and you know, in my screenplays, like Never Say Goodbye, like I sobbed and sobbed and sobbed and sobbed and sobbed. And I went through grief and pain and just distress, especially when I wrote like the early scenes where Joe accidentally killed her and he held her in her arms and she died in his arms. Like I went through all that.
You were crying on the page.
Oh God, Angela. I was wrecked by it, you know? I mean, I was wrecked by it utterly.
That's so adorable. I love that about you.
But, you know, when you read it, like a friend of mine read that script and he hitch cried, you know? He was like...
He was like, what?
He called me. He was hitching. I was like, are you okay? He's like, it is so... Absolute, like, masculine dude. Well, maybe not so masculine, but, you know, it's funny.
That's great. I bet that felt good, right? The UK.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. I was like, I'm going to be huge. And then I was not huge. You know, like, I'm going to sell $1 million and I did not.
Well, so what do you think about Colleen Hoover?
66 detective novels.
What do you think about Colleen Hoover never licensing her books again and then starting her own production
Bravo,
company?
Colleen Hoover. I hope she finds out who I am because I'll be such an asset to her if she ever needed somebody to help her through everything from adaptation to production. But she'll have plenty of, you know, she's going to be surrounded by, hopefully, you know, she has not done well in her choices of people thus far.
Yeah, but when you read those early emails, there's nothing that would have tipped off Colleen Hoover that Justin Baldoni is a fucking paranoid, delusional fucking freak.
Yeah.
Like, it's just really sad that these people got involved with him and then got stuck getting attacked by him. All because he's paranoid about them attacking him. It's so stupid. The whole thing's so stupid.
Mescalero said, method writing?
Method writing. It's exactly what it is.
It kind of is, probably. It is rough. Like, seriously, it is rough.
No, it's like a major asset to be thin-skinned about your creative output, right? Like if you're feeling everything that you're trying to write, it's going to show up in the writing.
Yeah, and listen, I am not, how do I put this? I write more simply, you know. I prefer to read that way and I prefer to write that way. I don't like big, heavy like prose.
I think of it as like you're economical, not simple.
It is economy all the way. I'm inspired by Ernest Hemingway. He is my ultra like economic writer of all time. It's a cliche to say it.
But there's a special magic to being able to convey really deep meaning and feeling and sensation in writing, but without using any like flowery vocabulary.
Yeah, and for me, the only way and the only way for me to be able to make the thing, the scene, the book, whatever it might be, this whatever screenplay, to make it come off the page in an economic way for me is like to be fully immersed in it, you know? I'm sorry we went off on this tangent. Why did we go off on it? I'm so excited for Colleen Hoover. I hope she pulls it off. It's the perfect move. If it isn't happening and we've got the wrong information, it should happen. It should happen. She should start her own. Yeah,
company.
if it's propaganda trying to persuade her. Mm-hmm. But it sounds like something she would do because she got boned around every corner. You know?
The Junk Farm said that these people seem genuinely uncurious. I mean, Steve Sarowitz made billions in HR and doesn't even seem to have a passing interest in how HR works at his own companies.
Yeah. That's a great point.
That is really astonishing in his deposition. He is so transparent about how he just does not give a shit about what's going on in his companies. He's not interested. He's not trying to show up.
Doesn't it
He's
make you
not making
sick?
excuses for it either, because I could imagine if I had a company and I had to tell somebody under oath that I was never there, never involved, I'd feel like at least making some excuse, like, oh, my kid had practice and I had to attend, or fucking whatever. You know, he doesn't even try. He doesn't care.
It's interesting. Yeah, it makes me sick a little bit. I mean, I'm being, hyperbolic, but it's like you have everything. You have everything.
Yep.
And you have no interest. All you're doing is throwing money at stuff and letting it's like there was a moment for me when I realized that buying things, like where it redefined itself in terms of what it meant to me. I come from a family. My mother, she's a collector of things. She buys spoons. She did a spoon collection for years and years and years.
There's always a lady like that. There's always like somebody's mom who has like a collection that's like stored away in a china cabinet in the living room. You're never supposed to touch it.
Her most recent is frogs.
Frogs?
Yeah. Now she's going to retire her frog because it was in her place of business.
What do you mean, like little ceramic porcelain frogs?
Frog ashtray, frog pen, frog straw, frog fucking pin, frog anything with a frog on it. It was that thing. And what it is it's for me, it's like, I don't know if this is true for my mother, but a lot of people who do this, they do this so that they can send out like gift vibes so that people will know that they can please you.
They can always give you a frog.
It was very poltergeist-esque. Yeah.
You have a poltergeist?
It was my headset was like, ugh. So,
can you imagine if it just like flew up like across the room?
Oh, in front of everybody, we'd get a crowd. Yeah, Angela, we got a crowd.
I know. It turned into like too real, the seance show.
Then we turn into a hoax show, right? We'd be like, well, we got to bring them in again. How do we do it? We got to, somebody with a fishing wire off camera.
You were talking about your mother's frog collection, and I don't recall why, but I wanted to bring up something that's in the chat. Do you recall what you were saying?
Nah.
You don't?
Nah. I am in that state. It's been that kind of day. I made a promise today. I'm bummed because I was going to like play this Andy Signor interview, and I'm really bummed that I can't do that.
Yeah, whatever,
Hey, listen, I carry things forever.
Yes. Shannon, about Andy, Shannon knows, was saying, Andy said that when he was apparently on his video.
Yes.
Where he's ranting about the poor outcome in court.
Yeah.
He said that he disclosed the texts and the sources with the judge in an in-camera review.
Yeah.
Okay, like he's supposed to.
Yes.
And the judge wasn't supposed to just come out and say it.
Is that true?
Because when we were reading,
the
judge was like,
I saw the shit.
Yeah, but
you have 6 months of conversations.
It was very clear
with her enemy.
Oh my God, that's so funny that he's like, he didn't. Shannon said he didn't disclose it to Lively. The judge just broadcasted it to the world.
It's so crazy. I can't believe that happened. It's true. That is it's nuts.
I love that the judge did that.
He's kind of fucked, I think. I mean, we'll see what comes out of it. We've been hyped up before to see things come. I'm very excited about it because I believe that he was up to no good. And by no good, I mean that I believe he was bought. I said that in the call. You'll hear it.
Yeah.
But I was like, you sound like you're bought, Andy. You sound like you're bought.
The Junk Farm said, in-camera review is to decide if it was protected, and the judge decided.
Yeah, exactly.
He's lucky that she didn't dump all of it into the docket. His bogus legal filing seemed to have fully pissed off the judge.
Yeah.
It's true. I don't know why he's still mouthing off, dude. Like,
she showed restraint.
I'm actually kind of like, I kind of envy the sort of person who does not care about consequences. Like, I don't know why he's still mouthing off. Same thing with Perez Hilton. Was like just being completely like, those letters to the judge that were just like super sassy and insulting. I was like, oh my God, like I could never act like that. And maybe that's part of why like I don't know, these people are just like really successful because they just don't give a fuck.
Seth Green.
Seth Green.
had a very successful career as an actor. Mm-hmm. He's not a good actor. Like, I've never seen Seth Green in anything and went, wow, you fucking blew my mind, kid. Never once. In fact, every time, and I love Seth Green, or loved him. I knew him back in the day. We were friends. I considered us friends. I thought he was great. I knew his sister. You know, it was great.
He probably agrees with you, where he's just I act.
Not a good actor.
I just...
It's not even does he act. He kind of just shows up in personalities. Right. He creates like a personality. It's kind of like acting or whatever. If you saw, anyway, not a good actor, but booked everything. This guy fucking booked everything. So without insulting him, I had a conversation with him about it. I was like, Seth, how the fuck do you do it? That's how I put it, pretty much, you know. And his response was, I don't give a fuck. I have never cared about a single audition. That's what he said to me. I've never cared about a single audition. He's like, I think maybe my early auditions, because he's been in it since he's a fucking little kid. Yeah, right. He was in like Radio Days.
Yeah, well, especially
with Woody Allen. Like, he played a young Woody Allen.
These child actors, you know, like they're born in the sauce. You know, they're like raised in the fucking fire. True. Like you can't intimidate them because they're from there.
Exactly. And well, what he learned was it doesn't matter though, because like I knew Jeremy Sisto was in the business his whole fucking life, terrified of his auditions. He'd fucking sit there and wring his hair out and be like, you all right, buddy? Oh, I fucking don't know if I'm good. Just, you know, breathing heavy through it all. Seth Green did not give a Artie Robb fucking nervous wreck every audition. And by nervous, I mean just like, am I going to get it? Have I given it? They're not scared to do the audition. They weren't nervous in the same way that I was in Clueless for my Clueless audition. But they're nervous because they're you know, they want the job, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like Seth didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck about the money.
That's the winning, the winning strategy is just to not care. I could never. But my point about Andy Signor and Perez Hilton is that I find it astonishing and kind of like enviable that they don't care about consequences. Like they're obviously stepping a very thin line between, you know, I don't know if it's illegality or what, but he's going to make himself liable for civil litigation if he's not fucking careful.
He may already have. That might be.
He doesn't care though. Yeah, and it's just, I don't understand that
Why do you think he doesn't care?
Because he's still doing it. Shannon said that today he was mouthing off about the judge. Yeah. I would never.
Well, it doesn't matter. Like the judge isn't going to sue him. Like he's not going to get any trouble for mouthing off about the judge. But what it does do is it puts a target on him. It means that the judge is like, oh, here's a place where I can apply some, you know, some whatever. I don't know how to put it. There's wiggle room.
Yeah.
And he just takes away the wiggle room. No wiggle room for Andy. And you piss off. It's like when I was young, I was a fool. I drank crazily. I got into trouble. I got a DUI when I was, I guess it was 16. I didn't even have a driver's license. I was speeding. It was a bad move. Very, very bad move. I got pulled over and I was a dick to the cops. You know, the cop said, you know, something about like, you know, we want you to blow or something. I was like, pay me. And like, I was like really bad. And they beat me up.
The cops beat you up?
Yep, they beat me up.
They're not supposed to be able to do that.
No, but they beat me up. They did beat me up. That's what happens. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? So if I was just compliant, it would have just gone procedurally, for sure. If he was like, we want to blow, I'd be like, all right, what do I got to do to put it here? And I just went through it. It would just all been procedural. But the minute I did that, he grinned at me. They took me into they brought me into because I refused. They brought me into the station, put me in a room, and they beat me up.
In the station?
Yeah.
Damn.
They beat my brother up too. He was in because when they saw them beat me up, Doug freaked out.
And then he got himself beat up.
So, what are you doing to my brother? And then they pulled his legs out from under him.
Fuck cops.
Dragged him with his hands underneath him into the other room.
God damn.
It was crazy. It was a crazy night. Yeah. Oh, man. Those were rough years, man. Those were the rough years for sure. Ooh.
So you're saying that you also were the type of person who didn't give a fuck about consequences?
At one point, yeah. I used to run on, you know what a trestle is? You know, and I used to run on like probably like that wide of a metal surface with,
one of those like tall train bridges.
Yes, I used to run along them.
You could have died.
Oh, for sure. I would. The Red River had been dead. And I was on it all day as a kid. And I'd climb all the way to the top. So we're talking like 150 feet high. Crazy shit. We did crazy shit. We used to jump off of flat garages. We used to jump ramps with our bikes. Crazy shit.
Okay, but Andy Signor is not like, a teenager or preteen, right?
No, he's a fool, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Opinions are my own.
He's a business person who does not give
a fuck
about what happens.
I think he does give a fuck. I think he's scared. I think he's shouting into a mic because it's what he does for a living. I think he believes that it's rallying.
Do you think it's a giant grift, or do you think he really feels this way?
No, I'm sure he's terrible. I'm saying that this is how he's expressing his fear of what's happening. But he has a problem. He has a problem. And it might not be that he's broken any laws. It just might be the content itself. We don't know what's in there. For example, he has this great connection. It has risen him. Like I saw an NBC piece on him, like online NBC piece on him.
Mm-hmm.
I just glanced at it and they were like his rise was ridiculous. He went from like a few thousand followers to almost 800,000 followers during the Amber Heard trial. And the article was alluding to like, how? Like, was it talent?
Yeah, so he probably feels like a debt of gratitude to Melissa Nathan and her machine.
Yes.
Damn.
Exactly.
If they've been working with each other for so long,
he might be protecting her.
Right.
That's his idea. Like that was his golden ticket. And besides that, like, he's so lazy. If he's not fed shit, if he doesn't get fed shit, I don't know how he survives because he's so. I mean, I've never met a guy who works so little for what he has. But I've worked with him on 5 different things now. And in every instance, he was dead lazy. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, I'm preparing for every show that I did with him, Mm-hmm. And then, you know how I am.
Yeah.
And this guy shows up, definitely like, okay, we're doing this right now.
Yeah, you're a method writer.
Method writer.
He's improv.
They are playing the short game. I think it says, what does that say? Drink? Is that drink? With an H? Like Dharma drinking? Drink?
Yeah, drinks them.
Drinks them. I like that. People like Andy and Perez have no scruples. That's why they're successful, but that shit catches up to you. It's not sustainable. I'll take the slow way up the mountain, bro, every time. I'll take the windy road.
Well, also, like, I'm not about to fucking try and cover for somebody who's doing bad things if it's going to mean that I end up injured, I mean, come on. Like, like, I don't fucking owe anybody anything. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't owe Melissa Nathan protection.
No.
Even if she fucking boosted his channel and made him a success. Like, I don't understand why he gets
but you don't know how his loyalty might lie to her. But again, the other thing he might be hiding is his own liability. You don't know what he said. He also might just have said things that he does not want people to hear. It could be things that, he might have been not necessarily intentionally, but baited into.
Mm-hmm.
It could also be things that he brought up.
I wonder if we're going to find out.
Hates the hateful things. Listen to me. Here's what he's probably he might be afraid of. If he goes off on unhinged tangents with her, well, the unhinged tangent he had with me on that phone call, I mean, he accused. No, you don't have to shake your head at me because I'm not going to expose anybody. He accused, another creator, a fellow creator, or on YouTube, of like the most hideous shit that is clearly not true.
Yeah, like literal criminal behavior.
And he spread it like it was truth to me. And I turned to you.
And you've never heard anything like this before. No. So you're hearing it from him for the first time. Like, just somebody who's like blatantly going to fucking badmouth somebody, to you of all people, who's been the fucking scapegoat and the person whose reputation was harmed with people badmouthing. I just couldn't believe. I was like, okay, well, if you think Dale is the right audience for you to fucking badmouth somebody's reputation,
I couldn't believe my ears, bro.
You don't know anything about Dale.
He also described, he described. I mean, he couldn't have said. The number of horrible things that he said about Blake Lively, I cannot recall. He but he compared it to Tobey Maguire in my situation. And it was just an incredible moment for me because I was like, you have never spent a minute of your life with this woman. You know nothing about this woman. Absolutely. You have not interacted with her. He also started talking about working with Ryan Reynolds. He was like, have you worked with Ryan Reynolds? And I was like, no. And he's like, I have. And I'm like, okay. Isn't that weird? I guess he did some kind of marketing thing with that marketing company or something. Did Andy. And I guess it was like for 3 days. I don't think he had any actual, I don't know what he had. I don't know. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. Because, on the call, I'm like, so what?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Because obviously, why would I give a fuck who he worked with? So I'm like, so what? What are you trying to fucking say? He's like, so I know. I'm like, are you saying that when you worked with him, he behaved in a manner that you're comparing to the way you're accusing him of behaving in this? You're fucking mad, bro. You've lost your brain. God, I can't believe we're not getting to I want to finish that damn document.
Well, maybe we're having more fun.
Yeah, I guess fun is the thing.
What was on your thumbnail tonight?
Oh, God. What was on my thumbnail tonight?
You don't remember?
Well, this was to some extent. Well, no, we're supposed to be doing Exhibit 17. Oh, wait, never mind.
Drinks Them is saying, the reason that Andy Signora is in panic mode and will go to jail, in quotes, before sending his documents is he knows how bad the optics are if he gets exposed for crafting smear campaigns for multiple women with his SH history.
Yeah, it also closes off that revenue channel. Oh, yeah. Let's just get rid of this real quick. Matthew Perry, the doctor who prescribed him those, I guess, the fentanyl.
Oh, yeah, there were like 5 people who were charged with different crimes.
He got sentenced to 2.5 years in jail.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He was the one who was in text messages basically being like, let's see how much this idiot is going to spend on these drugs.
He's doing 2.5 years.
That's all, huh?
Yeah, and he'll get out, early. So
does he lose his license? What are the other?
I think that happened immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's not a doctor. You imagine that, like, becoming a doctor.
Oh my God, I know. It's like fucking 12 years of your life. It's
everything.
Hard fucking labor, constant.
I had a friend whose wife was going to a residency when he got married, and I was in his wedding party, and she described. She was talking about how anyone can be a doctor. She was like, anyone can be a doctor. Anyone. Doesn't matter who it is, as long as you can get through school. It's just school. It's so much school. It's so stressful. She was like, what is hard about becoming a doctor is living through it.
Yeah.
It's not the brain. The thinking is not the hard part. It's the volume, the intensity, and the what's at stake.
Somebody gave me really great advice when I was much younger, and they said that if you want to pursue a career, what you should do first before you do anything, like you apply to colleges or do anything, you should always just go and interview people who have the career that you want and ask them about what their life is like and see whether that's the life that you want to live, right?
Yeah.
So I really wanted to become a surgeon when I was in school, and I wanted to become, specifically, I was like, I want to be a hand surgeon. I think that would be really fucking rad.
It's like a character out of a Colleen Hoover book.
Yeah, right.
Of a woman who's a hand surgeon, and she meets her patient. It's like, damn, would you see these things? Like
my mom was an occupational therapist, and I used to tag along with her to some of her classes and the anatomy classes, where the occupational therapists usually work with people's hands and help them restore the use of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just thought it was really interesting. So I went and I talked to just a couple actual surgeons, and both of them said, don't do it. I was amazed. I was like, why? And they're like, well, you won't have, so you'll spend like a decade of your life with your nose in a book, and you won't really be able to develop any relationships whatsoever. And then at the end of that, you have to spend a lot of time worrying about your malpractice insurance. And then you still won't have a very good like work-life balance. And then your relationships are going to falter or even maybe fail because of that. It's just like, it's like a constant struggle. And it's not a really great path for happiness. I was like, oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah, that is. So that's probably like another one of those professions where people are just like, man. Well, I mean, Delicate's kind of in that industry.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people make it work, but the two people I talked to, it's like how you said that you had a really great stand-up comedy set, and then you talked to a successful working stand-up comedian who was like,
well, he talked to
touring.
me,
yeah,
because I had a killer night,
and he scared you.
I was like, my head was swollen because I had a rocking night. You know, it was like I couldn't miss, and I was emceeing, so I was up like whatever 4-6 times, however many comics were that night, I can't remember. So I'm up there and I'm dropping 2 minutes at a time. I did my opening, which was 15. So, I had a 15-minute opener plus my in-betweens and I killed it. I had a rocking night and I felt big as hell. I got to the bar and it was just drink after drink coming. Somebody over there was about to drink. Oh yeah, they want to buy me drinks tonight. So it was awesome. And so I was getting all crazy loaded and glowing. And he was like, son, you need to know what you're headed toward.
And he scared you out of it?
Scared me. The next day, it was a wrap. I never did another stand-up show after that meeting.
I think a lot of people are sort of putting on like a mask of functionality in these high achieving positions, Yeah. Where like you reach the pinnacle. Like I have a friend who's a celebrity chef. He's like on TV shows, had his own TV show for a long time.
Yeah, he's been in some of the biggest TV shows too.
Yeah, right. He was like a second runner up to the cooking show that Guy Fieri won, one of those competition shows. So he was like the second one.
Yeah. Well, that's why you don't know him.
He had like an amazing career, and he used to get people soliciting advice from him about whether they should go to culinary school or how they should become a person at the status that he's at in his culinary profession. And he was like, I mean, fucking don't, dude. He was like, number one, don't go to culinary school. You'll spend your entire life trying to pay off the student loans and it won't be worth it. He was like, what you should do is just go apprentice with somebody, like find the best chef in your town and go and be their apprentice. You'll learn everything that you could learn in culinary school without spending any money. And he was like, even if you become like a celebrity chef, you've got your own show and everything, nobody is going to help you write your cookbook. He had to do all of his photography. He had to do all of his formatting. He had to publish it himself. He had to pay for, like, cookbooks are like, you can't just like do the cheapest paperback cookbook. Like that won't work. So he had to be like book. Expensive printing.
It's a pretty book.
He's constantly like trying to like speak at events where he can sell it. It's just like so, I mean, there's just no way to make a living at any of those professions.
You should send him my book, by the way.
We should send him your book?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should.
He may or may not remember how enthusiastic and supportive I was of his book when it was published. Because I made a big deal out of it.
It's a huge deal.
That's why I did.
To publish a book. Yeah.
What do you think of Matthew Perry?
What do I think of him?
Yeah.
I don't think of him.
At all?
No.
If I say Matthew Perry, it invokes nothing.
I think that I remember right after he passed away, before anybody knew the circumstances about it, just that he had died in a hot tub. There was a guy who wrote this whole long conspiracy theory about how he had analyzed Matthew Perry's his Instagram posts for like the couple months before he passed away. And he sounded like he was dropping little hints. He would talk about Batman and he would like make weird, like he would write like Batman poetry, like just do like a line of some poetic observation that had something to do with Batman. And the guy,
Matthew Perry would.
Yes. And so the guy was like, oh, okay, this guy's being like,
I think that sounds drunk and high to me.
No, I know. Well, so that's the thing is that this guy thought that he had been targeted by some sort of criminal organization, and he was trying to like leave little breadcrumbs for people to be able to recognize that he's actually like a vigilante justice seeker or something like that by making Batman references.
Yeah.
And then and I remember that I saved that whole conspiracy theory thread where they were like, he basically thought that Matthew Perry was targeted by some criminal, murderers or whatever, because he knew too much about whatever. And then when it came out that he had been getting high on, was it ketamine? No. What was it that he was using?
I think I don't know.
Whatever. It was like this cocktail of drugs that his doctor is now going to prison for.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that makes sense why he kept making these like Instagram posts where he was kind of unintelligible.
By the way, just looked it up. Yeah, the ACLU of Nevada represented Perez. So my guess is, I listen. I don't even think this is a guess, but it has to be because I have no empirical evidence of it. But my guess is that Andy already sought the ACLU out, and they were like, "We're a pass," because he would have, because he would have went to the the Floridian chapter, right, and said, "Hey, they helped Perez, will you help me?" And they were like, no, because I'm almost sure that he would have done that after seeing the result that Perez got.
Yeah, I also don't believe that. I don't think that Andy Signor's civil liberties are being jeopardized in the court.
No, I do. I think you're probably right. They are the same case, are they not? Fundamentally.
No, the circumstances are different.
But fundamentally, she wanted from him his correspondence with them.
Yes.
And
maybe I get what you're saying. There's different courts, though. I mean, I don't know the difference between Nevada law and how they do things and Florida law. Why did you ask me about Matthew Perry?
Because that was just to finish up that thing. Oh. Was get your insights on Matthew Perry.
Do you think about Matthew Perry?
He's deceased. Only when he comes up in these situations. I was not a Friends fan. I used to see those guys out all the time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Were they nice?
I was not friends with, not friends. I was not deeply impressed by, what's the other guy? Joey?
What's his name?
Yeah. Laporte? No. Isn't it Matt? No. John?
Matt LeBlanc.
Matt LeBlanc. I didn't love that guy. Because, when Friends was a big deal when I was out there.
Yeah.
So when they were out, they were like, there was a lot of eyes on them, especially if there was like 3 or 4 of the cast members or whatever, which I'd often see them in clumps like that at Formosa or wherever.
It's nice to hear that they hung out together outside of work because
at times
you can imagine that, that much time spent together, they might hate each other and just do it for the show,
Yeah.
But that's cool that they were actual friends. That they were real
Some
friends.
of them were. Yeah. Some of them were. I was loosely friends with somebody who was very close to all of them. Well, most of them anyway. And so that's kind of how I could see them around whenever she was like, "Hey, come out to Formosa." I'd be like, "Okay." And then she'd be hanging out with LeBlanc and Kudrow or whatever, Anyway, I didn't like LeBlanc all that much. And just
why?
Just impression wise, because I didn't know him.
You just had an opinion?
Yeah, I just had an opinion on I was like, yeah, he's rubbing me the wrong way. And I'm a friendly guy. I'm a friendly guy.
Apparently not.
No, I am.
If you think that he's lame or whatever, just without even knowing him.
I'm just like a friendly guy. I'm like the guy who killed the
the friendly guy who killed
Garfield.
Oh.
I'm like a really nice, charismatic guy.
That guy was nuts.
Oh. Anyway, whatever. It is what it is. Good luck to Andy Signor. Wink, wink. I'm excited for these guys to get taken down.
Oh no, Delicate said, "I forgot my food was on the stove on simmer and now the bottom is burned."
Oh, God damn it.
She said, "I hate my ADHD sometimes. It's so annoying when that
I'll
happens.
take responsibility for it.
It's your fault. It's your fault the food burned on the stove."
This update on Tara Reid's case, we covered that a little bit.
Yeah, so
did I tell you what happened? So she got arrested. She didn't get arrested. She went to the hospital.
She went to the hospital because she was like inebriated but like
practically unresponsive.
Couldn't control her movements.
Ambulance took her to the hospital where whatever recovery was performed, and she was released from the hospital, and she claimed that those who treated her at the hospital informed her that she had been drugged. When asked about what drug she was given, she said she didn't know, and also that the hospital did not do any kind of blood work to find out what drug she was drugged by. So it just sounded like bad news.
Yeah, to us, we thought that sounded impossible.
So it turns out she was hanging out with this guy at the bar.
Okay. With
whom she went out to go and have a cigarette at some point.
Is she accusing him?
She accused him. And he's like, "Bullshit. I didn't do fucking shit. That's some badass shit." And
he's
then
talking publicly now?
And then he says, yeah, he talked to publicly. He came out. He was like, "I obviously didn't do that." And we're at a hotel. There's video. Just check the video. That's all he said. Check the video. So this just dropped on TMZ. Tara Reid, cops say video doesn't lie. No evidence she was drugged. It is sad. It's a terrible thing.
What happened?
Because she obviously, like if you see the photograph of her and the video of her, she's so like it's a horrible sight. It's a horrible sight.
Oh, after she's
it's the sight of an addict who's gone.
Well, have you ever seen somebody drugged?
Let me tell you something.
Dale, listen. Have you ever seen somebody drugged?
What do you mean by that?
Like, date rape drugs, like whatever, like roofies or fucking whatever they.
Well, what I was about to describe was a woman who, when I was 18 years old, I worked at I worked at a gas station, which, by the way, I was voted most likely to work at a gas station.
Oh my God, they didn't have that.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah, and I got it.
Why would they do that?
And
That's
then
so
I ended
cruel.
up working at a gas station. True fact.
Why would they do that? That's so mean.
Yeah. So I'm working at a gas station.
Fucking assholes.
Mohawk Oil, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
I'm working at this gas station, and this woman pulls in, and she gets out of the car, and she grabs the gas pump, and she puts it into her window.
Oh.
And she starts filling the gas up into her window. And I'm like, that's bad. Then she just takes the gas, puts it down, gets in the car, and drives away. And she was nodding out and like just having all these like very physical. So I called cops immediately, like as it was happening. I was like, oh, fuck, this is a bad scene. They ended up catching her. And it turns out that she had whatever it was, like a glass of wine or whatever it was, with, I think it was an antidepressant.
Yes.
And it fucking...
She was gone. People get caught all the time because they don't read the label on their medication.
She put gas in her window.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then went and sat in it and drove away.
I had a
Can you
friend
imagine the fumes she was inhaling?
I used to get text messages from this friend of mine who used to take Ambien, and he would have no recollection that he would send me these text messages late at night. And they were just total like dreamscape shit, like made no fucking sense whatsoever. And I would have to like remind him like, hey bro, like scroll up, like look at the text messages you sent me last night at like 2 a.m. He had no recollection. It's crazy what these do. So that's what I thought happened to Tara Reid from the beginning. She said that that the hospital didn't tell her what was in her bloodstream. And I don't believe that could have happened. That they were like, no, we didn't test. Like, impossible. Because it's a potential criminal charges, Well,
like, but I don't know if there's criminal charges, but there would be
evidence.
Medical liability for sure.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah. I don't know if there'd be criminal charges.
But that's what I suspected in the first place.
Oh, I see. You mean criminal charges against anybody who did the act of
Yes, of course. They need
someone,
evidence. If she has been attacked by somebody, then they need evidence of what happened. But but that's what I suspected at first, was that maybe she is on medication and she didn't realize that she's not allowed to drink on the meds without these side effects.
Should we go over the...
is that what happened?
Yeah, clearly. Oh, with Tara Reid.
Yeah.
Well, I think that... So here's what the guy said. The kid who she accused.
Mm-hmm.
He asked for a cigarette or a light. I can't remember which, maybe both. She said, yeah, in my bag or in my purse or whatever. And he went into the bag, into the purse. And he opened it up and he said there was a pills that, small, whatever pills, prescription pills. And I can't remember if he was able to identify, but he seemed to suggest that they were of like a narcotic of some kind.
What? How would he know? What are you talking about?
Well, because it's labeled.
Oh, so he's found pill bottles in her purse?
Yeah, pill bottle with pills in it. And
he read the label?
A lot of pills, he said. And he read the label. Well, that was the impression I got. Don't quote me on that. It could be.
That's super nosy.
My brain could be filling in the gaps there. I can't be completely sure of it. But I do know that he saw the pills, and that his sort of feeling was that she was on those pills and drinking. But she is splayed out in a wheelchair, and then they end up putting her on a stretcher and then taking her to the hospital because she is that fucked up.
Has she said anything?
And when she did the interview, she did an interview with TMZ, which I talked to you guys about.
Oh yeah, no. But since this video has been released,
oh, I don't know. We'll see. I haven't. No, this just popped, so I don't know. The one thing that we should also cover. Can I move on from it? Tara Reid was not drugged. Tara Reid probably has a drinking problem and a drug problem. And when she got interviewed on TMZ, Harvey said to her, look, man, or the other guy. I always call him the other guy because I just feel like he's like a South Park character. And that other guy, he's like, yo, it's well publicized that you've had issues with substance abuse. Were you drinking? Were you involved in any kind of... She was like, I had wine. As if that wasn't a problem.
On some of these meds, man, you can't mix anything.
But wine is fucking 12% alcohol, bro. Like, you know,
Yeah,
you know,
true.
if you're drinking wine, it's not like you're
I
drinking.
feel bad for her, man. She's always getting fucking bullied by everybody in the press, man.
I feel terrible for her because I think she's got an addiction issue and it's been going on for a lot of years. She looked terrible, but she also sounded worse.
Yeah,
you know, she's smoking,
slurring,
drinking.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like, she's on a very unhealthy path that, you know, it's so weird because some of these people live forever. Like Charles Bukowski lived until his 80s.
No, like fucking Charlie Sheen. We just saw him on the fucking
Yeah, Charlie Sheen looks like, I mean, he's having health issues. Charles Bukowski is a great example because that motherfucker drank and drank and drank and drank and drank. And he just went through all of life without a problem. Died in his 80s. What I want to cover at some point is this Tarantino list.
Oh, I have so much to say about
this. I want
to
talk about him and his opinions.
Yeah, you know, I have...
let's not do it on this one because we're already 2 hours.
I have collected my favorite hot takes on Tarantino and his big mouth on Twitter, so I will bring these tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, great. So tomorrow we're going to do...
I'm very opinionated about this.
Tomorrow we're also going to do... I swear on this...
This lens brush.
That tomorrow, where I will break this, I will have the Andy Signor tape.
It's not the Andy Signor tape. Nobody's going to hear Andy Signor.
The Andy Signor call. Listen, they'll hear what they hear. You know what I mean?
It's you ranting to Andy Signor about how he's being very unreasonable.
And you'll hear it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I can fill in what he's saying. You know, I like that. I like that we did it that way because then there's no like, blah, blah, blah. What's he doing? You know, you filmed it because, I don't know. Why'd you film it?
I filmed your side of the call because I didn't want anybody to claim that you said something that you didn't.
Oh, you didn't want Andy to be able to say something that I didn't say.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if you know this.
You're so smart. You're way smarter.
I don't know if you know this, but
that's why we're together. You know,
you have a history.
I need a supplement. I need like an intelligence supplement.
Listen.
Yeah, and you're beautiful.
I don't know if you know this.
Okay.
But you have a history of people taking your words and twisting them.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible history for it.
And so I just wanted to make sure
you know it's going to happen on this live eventually.
You were on the call, so you weren't going to record it. And so I held up but it's embarrassing because I'm also talking because I'm pissed that my husband is in a fucking argument with stupid Andy Signor at like 11 o'clock on a Sunday night. I could not believe that this was happening. And you were not getting off the phone.
No.
Even after it was very clear that the call was not going well. And you could have just been like, you know what? I don't have time for this. And just hung up. And so
I can't wait till you guys hear
there's a lot of audio of me being like, would you just get off the fucking phone?
I can't wait till you guys hear how I ended it. Because I'm really sweet in the end. You know, Austin is saying this, and she's right. Andy's motion to quash, it's rocket fuel for Lively's spoliation motion. I mean, the judge said that he's containing,
yes,
that he has in his possession evidence that she could not get from Melissa Nathan.
Yeah,
it's
and that
bad
it goes
news,
to the heart,
or from the defendant, which we know and believe to be.
And then it goes to the heart of the matter. Of her claims.
Oh my God. This is so juicy.
This is why.
By the way, it could happen tonight, but their answer to the motion for summary judgment was due today, I believe.
Let me check. If it is, I'm still not.
And that's going to be a huge day, guys. Like, oh my God, we got to stop talking about anything else. Poor Cosmic Urgency will never join us again. I want you to know, Cosmic Urgency, that if you come and you watch any of this shit, that we miss you. You're probably off with Guilty Angel somewhere.
The last thing that I have on the docket here is that an order granting their motion for extension of time to file a response.
No, I know, but there's a timeline, and I think today was, I think today was the due date.
Also, a letter to the judge about redacting exhibits.
Yeah, those are actual motions. I'm talking about what's on, like, what's due.
Yeah, I know. Supplemental letter addressing Lyman about a motion to seal. Yeah, they're just doing this. Yeah, letter to the judge. I don't see anything else. Nope, not from today. Maybe it's still pending. No, not at 8 at night. Would it?
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I think the docket is live right to midnight. I'm trying to find it.
You're trying to find what?
this, I had I had something saved that gave us like docket type things. I think it was on, I think I know where it is.
Felpomling said that Jed Wallace really needs to be held accountable for this. Imagine the piece of crap you have to be to run a company like this.
It's as gross. It's as gross as any.
I know. And Austin said, Jed Wallace won't be forgotten. He has been in the sights of unsilenced and breaking code silence, and they've been gunning for him. Oh, no shit. That's dope. I'm going to look this up. Fuck that guy. I can't believe he's making a living like this. And then when he gets caught, he's like trying to evade answering for it. Like, dude, just own up to what you do. Like, I don't understand this. I don't understand that, like, making your entire business about media manipulation and then not just fessing up to, the brilliant work that you do in that field,
Totally. I'm trying to see if I can find this.
Austin said he does a lot of troubled teen industry people and he trolls advocates and groups. What a fucking asshole.
He's look, Melissa Nathan and him are obviously the worst of it all. They're horrible human beings. Jennifer Abel is just an overly ambitious dope.
Yeah, like, she's a bit of a dummy.
What an idiot. I don't think dummy is. I think you can do that. I don't think dummy. You can't. You got to take it back.
I'm gonna call her a dummy.
Take it back. I can't find it.
Delicate said Melissa Nathan needs to have her career taken away from her. Well, that might be the eventuality. Look, her client got dragged into a lawsuit by her. I don't know that that's really. I don't know that inspires confidence in your clients when you're hiring a crisis management, and her previous client Justin Baldoni and Wayfair Parties ended up far worse than when they started. That's not good. No. So she might have lost her own career.
Yeah, I don't think there's any, there's no licensing agent for them. You just become one. And so my guess is that if anybody's going to take it away from her, it's going to be her. It's going to be everyone just dropping her because you're a bad chick.
Shannon Knows is saying this really flattering thing about your writing, babe.
Oh, do tell.
Dale, your writing reminds me of Stig Dagerman. I don't know who that is.
No,
in that his writing evokes the feelings of the characters without blatantly telling you how the characters feel or how you should feel.
Oh, well, that's just the best thing that anyone's ever said to me.
Isn't that great?
It's everything I want to be.
Yeah.
In writing.
Subtext.
It's everything. It's not just subtext. I want transference, complete transference. I just want people to feel what's happening without me having to say, yeah. Well, that's just the greatest compliment I ever got, I think. Unpopular opinion here, but I thought Jed Wallace's lawyer was fantastic. I would love to. I miss Guilty Angel too. It breaks my heart that she couldn't like come back from that. It doesn't even make sense, but it is what it is. Unpopular opinion, but yeah. Well, I didn't really pay much attention to the lawyering, so that's good to know. Look, I mean, obviously, a good lawyer. Look, O.J. Simpson was guilty as like AF, mm-hmm. but.
But
I loved most of his lawyers. Most of his lawyers were just amazing. F.E. Bailey, that dude was just money, bro.
I do want to get back to
Barry Scheck. Forget about it.
Stop. I do want to get back to Exhibit 17 because I know that I have learned a lot so far that they have not revealed in their filings before. So I think that there's a lot more juicy stuff in there. But, I had a nice time talking about stuff instead of reading off of it.
Yeah, me too. I'm sorry that we don't have, I don't have this up and coming, but we'll see. Eventually that most recent, their response to the summary judgment is coming. It's inevitable. And it is going to be a fucking buffet.
Yeah. I wonder if they got an extension because there's a lot of letters to the judge today about that, about extensions.
Yeah,
I thought it was
should be on the docket.
I know there's a lot of letters.
Yeah, there's like it's like, we were at like 27 and we're already at like 40 or something, 40 something.
What do you mean?
On the docket numbers.
Oh,
they were like, it was like 1028 the other day, 1027. And now it's like 1055 where they're just fucking this case, dude. 1,053 documents to the court, to the court.
I know. We're covering it so much and I feel like I'm barely hanging on.
Concerned citizen, which is Austin, said, Contree, I don't know what that means.
Oh,
Motion to quash Nevada state specific.
They're continuing their previous comment about it, and it's regarding.
Thank you. I'm tired and unintelligent, so there's just like a bad combo though. So state specific shield laws and Hilton's deeper journalism cred, 21 years versus Signor's newer YouTube hustle.
Oh yeah.
Tip the scales plus Nevada's.
That makes a lot of sense.
It does.
That they have very different businesses.
It's true. He's been around for a while, Perez.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He goes way back into the slandering.
The 2000s, yeah.
Cesspool of fucking. Yeah, he's one of the OGs.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the OG is National Enquirer. Mm-hmm. They're the OG.
Couldn't be me, man.
Not how I want to live. Oh, here we go. Yeah, like document number 1043 plus attachments. Letter addressed to Lyman from Hudson, dated December 3rd.
Yeah, those are all sealed. All those attachments are sealed and redacted.
It's the motion for spoliation sanctions.
Right.
Are they going to get hit with it? It looks like they might.
Who's they?
You know, the Wayfair parties.
Oh, for spoliation?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
What will happen when that happens? Fucking those Baldoni fans, they will be spinning.
Oh, they're just they know exactly what to say about that. They're going to say that the judge is like bought or something.
I had a short, and we'll go. I had a short argument with somebody about this online because they thought I was being a little hyperbolic about the idea that she would that she wants this to go to trial. I don't think it is. I don't think it's hyperbolic at all. I don't think it's like it's ridiculous at all. They thought because plaintiffs don't really, rarely prevail in motion for summary judgment. And also that, there might have been some potential evidentiary problems that she didn't want to put on display, but rather go through the process of rulings and so on and so forth. I argued that it was because she wanted a trial because there's no other way.
Yeah.
That it's not about money. Because this person was like, another person was, or maybe it was the same one arguing that, it's about money. And I'm like, you're out of your mind.
All of the Wayfair parties evidence that they've put out to the public has been put forward as if it's factual and credible. And it's been, she needs to be able to scrutinize and cross-examine that evidence so that everybody knows that they're lying about it, whatever, it doesn't support their claims.
And he said he'll take it to the Supreme Court. The problem, Mr. Signor, is that the Supreme Court won't take you.
There's no way that he believes that. He's just grifting.
Dude, the Florida Supreme Court won't see that shit.
Is he crowdfunding? Because that's the only reason why he would say some dumb shit like that. God.
It's so bad. I love it, dude. He's got a big old hole in his boat. He's taking on water. I just hope it's enough to sink that boat.
I'm so glad that he's not like a friend of yours, that you aren't like, bros with him, because you would have to be like, Andy, listen, you're being stupid. You'd have to spend some of your life like trying to talk him down from this dumbass fucking path he's on.
Dude, Austin's on fire, bro.
Yeah.
Shannon, she will make jurisdiction for the right claim. She will pick her teeth with him. Oh, I love that. I'm going to use that forever. And she dines on Baldoni and Wayfair. It's called adverse inference.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. All right, guys. We're going to go and partay. I think we got the rest of this Diddy thing and some pomegranates waiting. So.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are the best. Thank you for hanging out with us this eve. Hope you'll come back tomorrow and do the same. We will be here at 6:00. And we're going to try to get through, that. I want to go through that timeline so badly.
No, I know, me too.
I learned a lot from the first time around, or the first half we did.
I mean, maybe something incredible will happen. We'll have to talk about that instead. But if not, then yeah, I'm going to go over some more of these documents. Absolutely. And I just want to also shout back out to Austin. Thank you so much for the super chat. We really do appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. All right, you guys, you are the best. See you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Good night. Good night.